All glory to the Most High. Father doesn't make mistakes. So thank you so much, Father, for being sovereign and a creator. And thought I'd come in here and do an update on the channel. A little overwhelmed, long day today. So thank you, Father, for creating this today and creating all things. And wanted to come in here and give the channel a little bit of an update. I appreciate the overwhelming support as I've gone through the comment section and felt that the channel, obviously, there's been a delay since the last stream. So I do appreciate the overwhelming support shown through the comment section. And I know there's quite a few that kind of want to know what's going on. So wanted to come in and update the channel once again. Thank you, Father, for creating this ministry here, a place where even in my absence, because I'm just one part of this ministry, there are others who come to this ministry to share the lives, but I'm glad that through the comment section, people have shown that this is not vain. What you created here, you're the creator and you are sovereign, and agape is your will and self-will is idolatry, and you divorced your bride. And it's all about an inheritance and what we inherit after this flesh, because you are Hokadesh, your spirit. And I wouldn't have the strength without the word, and I always give glory to you, Father, the Most High. You don't make mistakes. Father doesn't make mistakes. And as we gather in his agape, in his Shem, in his authority, if he's the creator, we know that Father pours out a just measure. The measure that we pour out on others will be returned, poured out at that seventh shofar, the final seal, completion, the last trump. The measure that you pour out, if you go by this corporation that we have put ourselves under in this country, which just did what was done to me under Constitution, is all I've stood up for. And that's why Father chose, right? Many are called, few are chosen, to send me where he wants me, that he doesn't make mistakes. And we need to remind ourselves, if Father created all things, then we're either doing agape or we are doing idolatry. And he divorced his bride for idolatry. That is latria, the service of these two thieves that'll take your crown. He said, I come quickly, let no one take your crown. There's two kings and two crowns, remember? So remember, El, the Most High, the Most God. High is not in the sky. Heaven is not above your head. Hell's not below your feet. I hope that while I was in my absence, that you've gone through and all the past, kept yourself updated so we can, with the word on ourself, self-will. We are our biggest enemy. Remember Matthew 10:34-39. I hope you kept reading the same backbone of the ministry, because a man's enemy is to be the one of his own household. That's self-will. He's already told you, it's in his word. He is the word. He is the word become flesh. That is the Most High. Hokadesh in flesh is the Hamashiach, the one they hung from a tree, because he didn't go by perverted law. He stood against perversion, froward, remember, perverted law. And they hung him and threw him in jail. So I just did 23. Imagine that. Like the 923, I hope you kept yourself updated on this middle of the winter New Year's, because today, the eve of the Saturnalia, the Feast of the Yule, on that cross, galactic, we're locked in the firmament. Above, space is Antichrist. Father is horizo. He said, I am the Aletheia, I am the horizo, I am the hados. That's right, he is the horizo. He separates that divide. He says, you cause one of mine to stumble, to cause the sheep to scatter, the flock to divide. No, that's Father. Remember, he judges at final judgments, but we are to judge with righteous judgment. Use his words, our mother, our teacher, on our brothers and sisters. Our mother is that correction, like Father, the Most High, is not in the sky. Heaven is not above your head. Heaven's the ruling class. How about that dialectus glossa tongue? No such thing as speaking in tongues. Speaking in a foreign, you mean alien? Alien's a word, not in the sky. That's Antichrist. Their gods are in the sky. The Saturnalia, they thought there was a goddess of heaven spinning a galactic cross. We'll come back. It's been a long day. We'll go over it tomorrow. We've already gone over it over and over again. But I don't have the strength tonight, but we'll come back on their Saturnalia festival where, remember, for one cut of the tree of the forest, their Moloch, Esau, remember, killed his brother Moloch and stole his inheritance. Isn't this all about an inheritance? And he said, I come quickly, let no one take your crown. That crown, remember, the crown, your dialectus. Who's speaking for you? Luke 12 and 11. Oh, they will throw you in front of their magistrates and their synagogues and their men in their black robes. They threw a Hamashiach, because he stood against perverted law, into a jail cell. Are you standing against perversion? That's Antichrist, to stand up, stand on 2 feet, right? 2 eyes, 2 feet. Who's serving you? Which crown will you receive at that? Do you have a crown? Because if you don't have a crown to sit at the feet of the Hamashiach, you will go under the Old Testament law. That's it, remember? The Word became flesh. He paid the price in flesh. The spirit, Antichrist, is not physical. It is a spiritual Antichrist. If you fall for the idolatry, flesh, then you've done the same thing that he divorced his bride. And again, it's all about an inheritance, to have that crown to sit at the feet of the Father. So one man's enemies have been the one of his own household, the one who causes a divide by dialectus, alien, glossa, foreign tongue. Alien is a word, not something in the sky. So your tongue controls you. There's no such thing as speaking in tongues. They spoke in a foreign dialect or an alien dialect. So hope you understand, Antichrist, heavens is not above your head, hell is not below your feet. You need to define. Remember, I've told you to study through your lexicon. That's what he tells us. I am the word. So if you're not agape, in love with that word, in some foreign dialect, he said, don't add a jot or a tittle. And if we do, or we'd have our names blotted out of that book of life, because he is the word. He is the word become flesh. Hokadesh, spirit. I hope you've been studying. So let's go back to this current situation with me, because I don't want to make this about me. Father put me where he wanted me to be so that I continue to stand against perverted law. So I don't want to talk about the current situation. I wanted to give you guys a channel update, come in here and go back and make this about whatever Father has here, me, right? To do what he, not self, not what I'm here to do. I don't have the strength to get up after what I've just been through. You can obviously see I've lost quite a bit of weight, but I don't partake, don't sup. I don't have a very selected diet, and I'm not going to go into what happened, but I've obviously didn't sleep, didn't eat much, but Father pulled me through it, and now I think he's put this final, well, we'll talk about it afterwards. I just want to make sure that you guys were, I mean, sorry, my eyes are hurting today. I've been up since, let me slow down for 1 minute, guys. Been a long day. Give me 1 second. Yeah, he's fine his life. So that's the end of Matthew 10:34. Thank you so much, Ronald, for being in here. No, not religion, the fanatic. Interesting. I'm hoping you know. Well, it seems it's been business as usual. Thanks for coming in, you guys. That comment. Shout out who's still in here. Where's the regulars at? Thank you, Father, for putting me in jail for 23 days so we can put this final thing to you Hokadesh. You create all things, everything not written and everything that ever will be. So all right, thank you so much. Coming back in, hold on 1 second. Got to take care of something else. There's probably some change to the channel. That's Dill. What's up, low and slow? Low. Like the Hopi going 10 feet under the ground, not ant people digits. All right, so thank you. Apologize, guys. Got up. It just was a long day. It'll all work itself out. Good stuff. All right, guys. I want to give you an update. I can't stand here too long because it's just been a long day, and I have to get through tomorrow, which is it'll hopefully be a better night's sleep. I didn't have to sleep on the plank there. So, yeah, all glory to Shiloh. I give all thanks to Father. Just a little overwhelmed again. Came in and read through the comment section. I was going to lay down. I just don't have it in. I didn't have it in me. I don't. And but once I read through the comment section, I was just overwhelmed at. There you are. Thank you, Skill. I appreciate that. I said I've just been reading through the comment section. I wanted to lay down and go to sleep, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have just laid down. But Father creates all things, so you have to blame it on Father that I came in here, because I was just overwhelmed and in tears, and I wanted to give you guys an update. So, because I'll be at it tomorrow. We'll get back up here, and I mean, come on, you can't be more pagan than to celebrate the New Year's in the middle of the winter. So we're not supposed to celebrate anything. So outstanding. Thank you for your support, for your comments. Is there? The comments. I told you guys you probably have to keep this channel going through the comments section. I appreciate Kevin coming in and coming up. I'm sure he gave you yeah, we'll have to do that after. I can't talk about this case anymore. And I mean, it is what he is. You can go through the ministry and already it's there. I went back through the thing. I was like, whoa, man, Pastor put that down on video, on YouTube evidence. So it's all there. So I've already filed an appeal on the case. I lost. Obviously, I didn't lose. I gained. This will hopefully, not through monetary. I have to show you something. I want to talk to you about this. And it's kind of my thing. Remember, this isn't about vengeance. It's about accountability in the case now. So without talking about it, I've already filed a right of appeal for this to go to appellate court and be taken out of the county. And so most cases, well, plus 90% of, cases that go to appeal get overturned because the actual, but it's okay. Father is just, I think he's put that final. So let me get what I'm talking about. The word nice means to be stupid, correct? Anybody in this ministry object to that? Is that what the definition I told you what to be nice is? Not your modern day Webster nonsense, hippie skippy. I don't mean to go there. What is the definition of not everything that watches is judging? Well, we're supposed to judge, Anna. We're supposed to judge with righteous judgment. We don't not come across anybody. Agape thy neighbor like thy enemy, like thyself. Use the word of Father on them, not your own. Go judge or get out of this channel. Leave right now. If you're not judgmental, leave. Pastor's back. So I'm not going to be nice. Nice means to be stupid. So we judge with his word. Remember? Matthew 10:34 through 39, separate. Come on, guys. We know this in this ministry. So it's my neglect to hold these people, the taxpayer, just hear me out, accountable for remember, Pastor hasn't filed any lawsuits because I want to find out where my son and daughter are at. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason this cross your path. That's right. Hallelujah. His Father creates all things. All right. Good things, Anna. Oh, man. My eyes are shut, guys. Okay, so, like I said, I made it through this. It's okay. I've always where's Elijah? Where's Adriana? Where's my daughter and son? So I didn't want money to be the issue, and I've neglected because I'm too nice. And I'm not doing this. I'm filing lawsuits because that should have been for accountability because I'm nice because I don't want the taxpayer to pay of the corruption in their public and, community servants because they're criminal, almost in this case, attempted murder with a grenade to the face. My neglect to file the lawsuit Father's time is perfect. Don't worry, he didn't make any mistakes. He's sovereign. Slow down, Turbo. Oh, I miss my son. This is bullshit. I'm going to try to keep that to a minimum here. So apologize, Because Father's perfect. He's sovereign. He's the creator, and he created everything not written, remember? Everything that ever will be, so you didn't do it. Well, if Father created all things, everything that ever was, everything written, everything not written, and everything, the Father creates good and evil. Isaiah 45:7, calamity and chaos, and he does this after his own counsel, his own pleasure, then self-will and agape. Or get the off this channel, please. This ain't some religion. Okay, moving on. So I got to keep this real. I'm not going to change. Father, I've been changed, but what I realize is these people allowing this criminal behavior in their county are going to have to pay for not speaking up, because Christ stood up, remember, to perverted law, and I ain't done anything other than protect myself under the 4th Amendment, right? Affirmative defense, excuse defense, justification defense. I have broken the law. I'm not worried. I haven't. If I had copped another charge, I can't file an appeal. So I know Father has me doing this. This ain't me doing it. All glory to Shiloh. All glory to the Most High. Shiloh, the scepter now they shall not depart from Judah. Remember, the lion, the king. Hello, wake up. Have you been a part of this channel, or you been sleeping? Where you been at? Where you at? So Father, nice is to be stupid. It was wrong of me not to do this already, hold these people accountable. So we will go and take care of the lawsuits, okay? These people in this county allow this. Every day, you do not want to know what these eyes Father made me see when I was in there. It's cruelty. It is cruel what is being done. And I'm not in this camp, but Father creates it. So remember, evil, calamity, chaos, Isaiah 45:7. Read up. The word Hokadesh saying about it, maybe I don't have the strength to do this. I had conversation earlier because I just have kind of my puppy's here. My puppy. So I miss my puppy, and I miss you guys a lot. And I thought about you. I appreciate your comment section. Some of you guys blew me away, you know. He's in there doing what Father's needs him doing. And that's what Elijah, I'm not going to Dale, I'm not going. Remember the thief on the cross, son? And remember? So, none of us have broken any laws. Elijah, we know I don't know. I can call Elijah right now and I want to, but is he alive? 19 months ago, now I can't, for his safety. I don't think that's the best thing to do, because remember, I've already made reports. So, no, so that's what I'm saying. I'm taking a mention. I can't talk about this right now because I think Father put the final, I see much clearer. If you go back through the channel, you should be able to, I already called out what was happening here. Just about starting, just Constitution. Remember, you have First Amendment. Shut up. No, that's the only thing it takes for evil to flourish is for good men to. He didn't shut up. Remember, he stood against the perverted law. Forward, agape. Remember, forward. No, agape is not twisted. Agape is doing Father's will. If we don't stand against perversion, then we're not doing Father's will. You're not going to be written in the Lamb's Book of Life. You're going to hell. You're already in hell. Hell's no knowledge. You better define what comes out of your pie hole face. Little round circle gods, remember? Malak killed his brother Esau, twisting this, perverted. Remember, there's 2 kings and 2 crowns. One's got the key to the wide gate. Broad is the way that leads to the wide gate. Straight is the gate, remember? Olias. Father only loves a little bit. Father only loves people who stand up to perverted law and only go by his agape. Self-will, latria, the service of your eyes. You're making up your own law, your own version. Father's created a law. He said, don't do that. Don't even add a period if you want to be punctual about it, or comma, jot or tittle. So, but anyways, he said, you can't change, or you're not going to. If you do, he has the covering. If he only covers the sins of the world for the people who stand up against perverted law. Those are the people that are written in the Lamb's Book of Life, not people who believe in God and think they're going to heaven, because heaven's not above your head. There's no gods in the sky. There's no Bigfoot. There's no aliens. Most God, Elohim, Elion, dialect is ruled by their alien tongue. No such thing as aliens, not gods in the sky. Please leave. You know what I'm talking about in this channel. So remember, Father creates all things. He's sovereign. I'm not worried. Remember, the creator of all things. The measure will be poured out as you pour out on others, right? So if you don't stand up and you go as a corporate law and just a bootlicker, you're not written in the Lamb's Book of Life. They threw him in jail and hung him from a tree, not a cross. He tells you to bear. Remember, Matthew, Luke, idolatry, deny yourself daily, deny your eyes. The 2 thieves, he said he'd send 2 witnesses, right? I wonder who the 2 witnesses are. Oh, it's Elijah. Stop it. It's those 2 thieves that hang right there on your crown. Your cross. All right, I'm just messing with you. Father, thank you for giving me the strength. Seriously, brother, sister, I hope you're paying attention. Father is the Word. In the beginning was the Word, right? The Word became flesh. That is Shiloh, the one that has the key to the broad way. We are saved by grace through faith in His blood. Well, what is saved? Stay clever. Tell me what the word saved is. Define saved for me. Let's see if you know what it means to be saved. Can you be saved? Can you be saved? Let's hold on. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Save. Say, what's that mean? Stay. Thanks for coming in. Stay. You don't have to stay. Come, stay. This guy's confused. I was gonna name my dog Stay. Come, stay. All right. So stay. Tell me what the word saved is. Give me the Greek description. You could have gone back and channel SOZO. So what is that? Just give me the answer, Pastor. Okay, what does that mean? He says clever. See, one of these. Oh, thanks for coming in. Can't be saved. So you have to endure to the end. Only after the Hamashiach comes back at the final trump. Thanks for, what a blessing for having you in here. So, rum. Knocked it out of the park. He did. He couldn't even answer fast enough. I got that. Good for you. Can't be saved. No free will. No luck. No gods in the sky. No aliens. No Bigfoot. There's no space. Like, you can't go out of the firmament. So stop that. Anybody who thinks of space and aliens. Remember, hold on. We got an airline here. Ooh, remember I built a UFO. Come on. I dare you to come out here to this high desert and look up. You'll see all kinds of things up. GFOs, get them out of here. Remember? Government flying objects. Tartaria. Oh, Antiquitech. Oh, silver. Oh my gosh, guys, I went to jail and the price of silver is $61. Now it's $71. I don't care about money. Remember, that's silver was money. Remember, they valued it 1-to-1 at the time of Rome. 1-to-1. It's not the price. Shut up. Silver and gold were worth the same. Not some Bitcoin 01 on a computer. 010101. You've been programmed by your dialect. Okay, so we got to make sure. Hey, did he answer? I think we lost Stay. He didn't stay. Come, Stay. He was gone. Is he still in here? This is what psychosis looks like. Okay, would you like to explain? Are you, she moves everybody like a psycho? Psychosis. You don't have any dialect. You're ruled by your dialect. Explain to this room why this is psychosis. Simple girl. Oh, it's a female. Yeah. She moves everybody like a psycho. Oh, we just lost our lights, guys. Are you getting more lights? I can't find my other solar light. So, all right. Oh, hey, we got a little bit more. Let me go stand for a second. Whoa, right in the eyes. Yeah. It hasn't been rain. I used it all up, guys. No power tonight. Little, been gone for a minute. So, another social media diagnosis. I already got it. Okay. Thanks for coming in. Don, good to see you here. Appreciate your support too through all. Now, like I said, just the ministry to keep it going while I was gone. I'm sick, guys. I'm changed because of this, and I'm okay. But it's just, I just don't want to. When I can get through this and past it, I don't think it's going to take much longer. Then I can have conversation about. I mean, just what I saw in there and what was done to me, and it's okay. Father didn't give us more than we can handle. So, but I just, I didn't sleep for 8 days straight, and I've been through a lot of sleep deprivation before, being a veteran and law enforcement and military. And I'm saying you miss a lot of, or 12 and sometimes days on end or whatever. But it was pressing, and then it'd been one thing to not be able to sleep on my normal bed, but that's kind of I already told you, the beds in there are my kryptonite. I have some issues from car accidents and Christ verse here. Okay, cool. Christ isn't the term written. Christ means the one in an oil, but appreciate support. The Hamashiach is the word became flesh, and don't be ruled by your tongue. You got stung by the spelling bee. Start spelling curses and cursive at you, and programming you, and tell everybody you got school, and you go with the flow, and you put your money in the currency in the bank. I want to, but appreciate it. Careful, they got it. Hey, good morning. Did somebody die? Did you have a wake? Did you wake up? And these people are like a potato. I guess too much wake and bake or something, but never mind. we'll keep that depression to a minimum. How about that? So, no, Father really wrecked me on this one. But I think I'm in such a perplexing moment. With you guys, there are some things I can't talk. He's right here. I don't know why he went and laid down. It's probably too hot. I'm trying to roast him out. He was in the cabin. It was cold in here, what I'm saying. So, Christ is a pagan term, just so you know, never written in text. They're 924, like a Porsche 924. Did anybody ever say that before? I don't know. No. But that's a term never written. It means that's one means either is Lord. Lord's meaning master. He says you can't serve two. Those two witnesses, thieves that would steal your crown. So, gospel. Thank you. Hey, I did want to say I met a brother in there that knew the gospel. I did meet one person that actually knew the gospel. It was beautiful. I'm telling you guys. I'll talk about it a little bit more too. Not right now. Like I said, but anyways, I'm sorry. I got to keep it straight. Because I got to keep it real. After 19 months, I can call my son and daughter. But I don't think that's the best thing to do right now. I think for their safety, Father, obviously they're dead, and I'm not afraid to say that because I've already been trying to do with this case. I don't want to go speak too much, but at least they're not suffering. To be a witness to what's going on in this world, I don't think my son likes this world as much as he loves the Word. I miss him, but I know he loves the Word. He wouldn't have walked out that door that day and gotten shot if he didn't love the Word. I want to hear, remember? Hands in the air, and he still got shot. Thank you, Father, for creating life. He's so powerful. He's such whatever. It's hard to be here, but no, I'm seriously. After 19 months, remember, if you do the math, I can call him. But I think that's, you know what I'm saying. And I know he doesn't even have the same bone, guys. I'm just saying I can't even end my daughter. But I think for their safety, Father has them protected. I need to just file the lawsuits and go forward. And I think you guys here, but I think for the first time in my life, this gave me what I know because I'm a veteran. And I'm always just not pride because I'm not prideful that I don't have some kind of mental traumatic stress, guys. I'm always up 3. Why? Because that's when I knew I could get SWAT rated. You know what I'm saying? So I have some PTSD because of this. A lot, actually. I met another veteran in there, and well, don't spam the chat with Christ or ban that person for saying Christ. Can't say Christ in here anymore. Can't use that. You've been corrected like that. That brother knew the gospel. He kept correct. I said, all right, the Most High. I don't want to hear it's the Most High. So he did. He was correcting me like my mother should with the Word, right? So I was like, dude, keep doing that. Don't. And then I explained to that. He's like, rock on, dude. You know what I'm saying? It was good. Because remember, our mother is the tree of life. Dialect is close to tongue. The one who corrects you, like your father and your mother, or the brother. You remember your brothers, sisters, and your mother are those who do the will of the Father. Agape. Not idolatry. Self-will. Making up your own Shem. When it was like the Three Stooges here. Laramore, Curly. Where's Shem coming? Shem was authority. All right, moving on. The Three Stooges, right? Just kidding. I got to put a little comedy. You haven't done any comedy yet. Can't be all business all the time. Father's going to only cover the ones who stand up against perverted law. That other really doesn't so much matter. It's not what goes in a man that defiles him. It's or him or her, the people. It's what comes out of the people, correct? That's right. Especially, hey, you have a whole conversation, but when you're talking his word, you can't even change a period. Oh, I want to hear it. Not even a tittle. Like a comma. Yeah, there we go. We send ourselves by what we say. Hey, look, you can have all this other conversation, but you're going to use Father's word. He said, don't change even a. Are you on your period? Sword of division. And it's our tongue. Sword. I stuck my tongue out. Wow, never done that. Well, Father share something, carpenter, and add, like he was a Jewish, like the lion from the tribe of Judah. He was a Jewish carpenter, right? Not some middle of Israel. We'll talk about that tomorrow. We got the maps. Remember? I told you to be studying your maps. Remember? The ones from the north? Hell, it's north worship. The Goths, the Vandals, the Visigoths, the Ostrogoths. Remember the fake ones that says, those that say they are Jews, but they are not? Well, that wasn't too hard to figure that out. 1948. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm serious. Whatever. It's a spiritual Antichrist. It's a spiritual Israel. It's not that's physical. I don't hear about no physical. Oh, you already failed. You're not going into the Lamb's book of like, oh, you're so judgmental. I know that's what he said. Judge with righteous. Do not sup with vipers. Do not cast your pearls before swine. I need to get a fishing license. Go fishing, man. Don't throw no pole in the water. Just throw the whole pole in the water. So careful of that pole worship, right? Watered down milk. So, all right, we'll move along. I guess appreciate it. I don't know how long I can stay in here because I don't have no more. I didn't charge my battery too much. And like I said, I'm running off of whatever I got charged. Well, no, seriously, you know what you got. Hey, listen, and that's right too, Dill. But remember, well, I'm just saying, no, just hold on. Let's not go there. They got satellites. They see everything you do. And remember, you're only worried about what Father thinks. So be careful, though, because seriously, you know, they will put you through hell if you actually stand up to and you better be willing to wrestle not against flesh and blood, like Paul said. Remember, he ran on the side of a wall, camel, remember they tossed him off. Stoning was 20 kilogram, like bowling balls. These people like little rocks. You can skip out of here. What happened to Stay Clever? Stay Clever. So that's pretty funny. We didn't put nothing in the chat. So, Indiana. My son was born in Indiana. Jeffersonville. Not Clarksville, right? Is it Clarksville? No, it's where the hospital's at. Jeffersonville. So, but, yeah, he's a Hoosier daddy, a little Hoosier baby. But anyways, okay, so if you're out way in the woods, because I always see you by satellite, and you're fishing somewhere where you're off the side of the thing where you probably catch and I know, but people like fishing, put their pole in the water, but well, out in the middle of nowhere, I don't think and you should have, you know what I'm saying? He says you have to endure to the end. I mean, no, you have to put yourself out there, but why don't you put yourself so far out there in a 4-wheel drive that, you're like, there ain't gonna be no ranger out. And that's where you want to go fishing. Get away from people. Stop going to all these things where you get right. Go. You're gonna find Father there. That's where you're gonna find Father fishing off the side of the thing where some game warden won't get you. Right? And you ain't worry about that anyways. And I'm not saying I think I'm gonna go get a license so I can just fish anywhere I want, just so I can enjoy. I don't care about fees, fines. I already. Well, that's good though. I appreciate that though. I mean, I'll tell you, they'll take your kids, your car, get your firstborn, sign over. You could shoot a deer out of season. Oh, shoot. You could probably get away with manslaughter, murder, or more, get out like OJ or something. But no, I'm saying before you shoot a deer out of season, they're pretty serious. Them rangers and, yeah, so, I don't eat fish, so I just throw them back anyways. But I'm just trying. It's got to be for everybody. Thank you so much. But you guys, thank you for bringing it up, though, guys, because that's risky, huh? Oh, you better have a license. You better lick my boot. You better respect my authority. I said, never mind. I don't want to say something. I'll talk about it afterwards. I'll tell you what I said. But you know me. It's all recorded. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean, Dustin? I'm not a bootlicker. Why not just go somewhere deep in the woods? If you had, you know what I'm saying, to where you're not going to worry about it. You can get away with it there. I'm not saying, oh, sorry, I lost all my fishing license at the bottom of the lake with my silver. You want to get in there and go find it with your fish finder? So, here we go. See, and guys, this is what sucked about being locked up. Like 80% of the people in there, that's all they talk about is methamphetamines. We got one of these Mexican Americans in here. Seriously, it sucked. I'm like, oh, you're all on fentanyl. They haven't even cut it with rat poisoning anymore. It's not nice, guys. It's terrible. It's horrible. And then they get on their drugs in there and they sleep, for ungodly. It's disgusting. And it is what it is. Who brings it into the jail? Oh, the cards. So, anyways. Okay, cool. But just find yourself far enough away. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Get away from where the game warden can get you and go fish there. There you go. See what I'm saying? And then they get off and they go out on the streets and they you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, what it is, man. Come on. Who sells more drugs than anybody else? Here, come in line and get your sticker. You got the Corona beer bug. Paxil, I think it's called now. They're still pushing that crap. Get the greatest jab ever in warp speed. Remember the crater? The final Trump. But anyways. The seventh shofar, remember? Ricola. I need some of my coughing. Cough drops, remember? Ricola. Sorry. Yeah, so I just, whatever, it is what it is. It's just hard to be a witness to that. And I don't mean to go there, but anyone's ever been locked up. What's with these people who are locked up who want to watch cop shows? What's the deal with watching cop shows? If I know cops are tired, they keep throwing me in jail. Well, it's probably you're messing around, like the methodic American. They get thrown in there. Why do you want to watch cops? That's the last thing you want to see when I'm in jail is another cop. I'm serious, guys. It's a thing. If everybody's locked up, they know what I'm talking about. So if you go read through the comment section, because, hey, they threw Christ in jail for standing up to perverted law, like making revised statutes that were not adjudicated through the House, Congress, and Senate, which makes it repugnant. And if you don't stand against those laws, you're not going to heaven, which is not in the sky. Any questions? We'll take a pause there. You can leave a comment in the comment section, as again I said. So, guys, they've been ruined, but I'll recharge. I really feel horrible. He only gave me, I just really floored. When I read that comment section, like I said, I came to tears, and he gave me the strength to come in here and start here for biblical truth. Gino Jennings. Well, start here. Start with the interlinear Texas Receptus and start reading one word at a time, and go see Jim Brown at Grace and Truth Ministries, because I appreciate that. But is he giving you one word dialectus glossa? He said, call him a teacher. That's the word prophet. A false prophet is a scorpizo. I'm surprised I don't have a scorpion tattoo. I need to get a scorpion tattoo. Hey, I was get a scorpion tattoo. They can't steal your tattoos. They can steal your gold and silver. They can steal your, well, they can't steal your tattoos. That one finished up. I'm going to have to go get a little bit more. I want to connect one more stripe down there. But did a little work. They re-hit that red for me. Remember right before I went in there. Got some more work there. And then obviously 2 kings, 2 crowns, the coronation crown. So hell, like on the JPEG and when he came in. You guys see that when he come in? So what's that? Yeah, hold on. I gotta wait till I get on it. No, I can do that. I'm sure, but I'm gonna change. I'm actually gonna take this same scene here and just turn this into just more of this. There'll be signs in the stars, sun, and moon, and take this, which hold on to, because as we're having that conversation, and put that as a perspective, like depth of field, smaller, larger, and larger, so that last guy's like just pointing almost right at you, and then put right before Dad. Yes, the Knights Templars were Satanists. The Templars were part of remember the Catholic, the Red Cross? Hello? Knights Templars. Roman, well, the Catholic Inquisitions. Remember they were slaughtering, throwing people on top of poles? If you're a child with child, they unzip your belly and pop that child's head like a grape. They were savages. The church, the Catholic Church, remember, eat my body, drink my blood, paganism, right? Well, cannibalism, vampism. Christians, watered down. Presbyterians. Remember temples? He said didn't dwell in temples. Oh, that's the Masons' cheese. Oh, right, whatever. Hold on. He wants some that modified. Remember, added to cheese like the squeeze cheese, right? Cheese. No, remember, eat my body, drink my blood. Cannibalism, vampirism. Not cheese. Sorry, too much TV, guys. Man, all they do is sleep and watch TV. Mostly sleep. Like some of them 13, 14, 15, or sleep it all. Get out of it. It's horrible, guys. Why did people burn them? Well, no, remember, they were going out, and if you did not go to their Masse, cannibalistic, their God is 3 genders, remember? The God of man, beast, and woman. They had an orgy. Christmas, tomorrow, remember? He divorced his bride, but the same light over tree, star, remember? Moloch, he killed his brother Moloch, the tree god. Krampus, throw your kids in the fire, eat your kids. So. All right. So, let's move on here, guys. I'm having a little bit too much fun. I miss you, but I miss the channel. But as Father creates all things, I'm sure that, that this, when I'm able to talk about it a little bit more after what's just happened, and you should be able to put 2 and 2 together on the channel. I already told you what just happened. I told you before it was going to happen, and not me, because Father created all these things, not written, never will be. That they just keep doing the same thing over and over, and also saying violating my rights. So okay, with your trial and all, it's like 23 days, huh? 23 of all the days that I could, and I got 45, but I had already time because of all of that. It's still part of the same. Remember, this case is 5 years old. When it goes to the appellate court, it's not this little incident. It's a 5-year-old case, and they're going to have to look at all this. So it may take years, guys. I've just stepped into something that this just started again. So, but, we'll know it's further than that. If you go back, you can put 2 and 2 together. Anybody who would investigate this case right now, constitutionally, just the basic first, remember I told you, second, 5th, 6th, 8th, 12th. I already told you what affirmative defense, I'm not even going there. I'm just saying, you could see already what they just did. So I haven't committed, I didn't make any crimes. And that's what was my attorney's defense. He didn't commit any crimes. Here, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. You can't convict him. They still, Father's guilty. I already know I was going to jail. Remember, I told you I'm eating wrong. Some of you guys, you're not going to jail, Pastor. You're not going to jail. I was going to jail because Father wrote me to go to jail 900 billion, but billion years ago. He's the eternal. He creates all things. So time's an illusion. Stop it. Get out of here with your calendar worship and your time. Remember, go somewhere so far that the warden can't get you. And you can fish. Not worry about a license. I want to see your license. It's on the back of the bumper, man. Remember, Cheech and Chong up and smoke. See ya. All right. Popping smoke in here. Whatever, man. You want to take a guess there, Jonathan Carpenter? Thanks for coming in, like the Jewish carpenter. Aletheia, thank you so much for the truth. So the hados to narrow us, and to be the one that separates his bride from everybody else that's going to hell. Remember, anybody who is a bootlicker. Pretty much, bootlickers are all these religious idiots. And me, nice, I'm done being nice. That means to be stupid. I should have filed these lawsuits a long time ago, guys. But you now know it wasn't about money. And I talked about this before in the past. This channel is not about memory, it's about time. I told you there's no such thing as time as a doorway. Kind of like death, where one door closes, another one opens. Are you doing calendar worship? Are you going to tell me the New Year's is in the middle of the winter? Get out of here, 0101. You're fooled by numbers. Fooled, remember? Hey, Larry. Hey, Larry. Remember I was talking about Ham, Shem, and Japheth? Oh, no, you were talking about Larry, Moe, and Shem. Curly. Yes, Jonathan. Okay, cool. Trying to keep up with you guys. It's so hard to read. So, okay, so born in Indiana. So what do you think there, Jonathan? I've said it on the channel, I think, people, and I don't remember. It's just, I was birthed, you know what I'm saying? From the he's a member in Jeremiah 10. I knew you before you were in the womb. Remember, he said he hated Esau and he loved Jacob, who, remember the family of the 12 tribes of Judah up against the Great Sea? He later called and gave the inheritance called Israel. Esau killed his brother Moloch. Christmas, Krampus, son of Satan. Right, he stole his inheritance. Remember, it's all about an inheritance. I hope you're keeping up on this channel. It's hard to keep up. Most people can't keep up. Like, concentrate like OJ, like Badman Orange, like the guy that got out of jail, or the one that's currently in office. So, Badman Orange. That's pretty good, huh? The concrete jungle. There we go. Angelos, messenger. Remember, Revelation 9:11, they have a messenger, a king, a messenger of the Apollyon. Remember, Abaddon John? Trump? No, just kidding. We just did that for the first. Trump. Abaddon John. Trump. So, no, I'm just joking, right? Hey, Charlie Kirk himself in Epstein Island, EpiPen Island. Epstein didn't Epstein himself. Have you tried? No, but I think that's a natural thing. So if it's natural, you can talk about it. He said it's not what goes in a man that defiles a man. It's what, guys, I'm dying, dude, that food. I didn't eat anything, pretty much bread, and I don't eat bread, remember? Guys, you got to listen to this too. You file for a commissary on Sunday, you don't get it till next Thursday. Cool, I've heard of that too, so yeah. I haven't, because like I said in past, I've only used cannabis because, it's like, dude, check this out. I could say this because I shouldn't talk about this trial. I said, man, I've been in, I said, I'm a veteran, and they looked at my back, and so you can get into some of my records and, check some of my stuff. There's all HIPAA, and that's, she's a certified person that should be giving people medicine every day. Not all these, never mind. I'll shut up about that. Okay, but I went in there because I asked for a third blanket because, guys, my back, that it's hammered and it is what it is. I still make it work, but laying down on a plank is my, side hit, whatever. Some people only sleep 3 or 4 hours and I'm a farmer and I do what I do out here. You know what I'm saying? Don't slow me down and I don't leave the house and go anywhere. If I'm going to do that, I stay home, right? So if I'm going to medicate, I stay home and I work. Otherwise, I wait and go there and go to the store and do whatever and come back or whatever. So I just do things responsibly. Remember? Whatever. Let's moving on. But I asked for extra. I asked for an extra blanket, which you have to ask through medical, because sometimes they give you one and the car's whatever, because you're not supposed to have. They can do all these there's a lot. I mean, it's not the end of the world. But anyways, so she said, because I hadn't slept, what I wanted was an extra blanket, and whether I want to do this or not, melatonin, because I hadn't slept in almost 9 days that night, 9 days, right? And then I got it, and then she can give it to me that night. I can put it in the kite. Am I going to get the medication up? Oh, no, they don't have it. They have it there already, but they do have to issue it. It comes in a... They had one, and whatever, it is what it is. The stuff they follow, and then the stuff that they don't, because I know it's natural. And I don't like to dream, guys. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, people use medicine because it helps me through what I've talked about in the past. I have sciatica. Just go look at my medical records. And I want to finish this and we'll move on because I do need to move on in the conversation on this. But that I'd asked her for an extra pillow and melatonin, and she said, yeah, and then I said, well, and then she said, well, I'll give you Tylenol 3 and something else. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want your drugs. She said, well, you're not getting a blanket. I'm like, what the fuck? You have to put in a kite to get the blanket, through medical, You're going to give me the melatonin, give me that, give me Tylenol. I said, no, I don't want your drugs. I don't want none of that. I need the melatonin because I can't sleep. I'll figure it out. If you give me a pillow, I can, you're using it as a pillow. They went over there and looked at my bed. You're not supposed to be using it as a pillow. You can only use it as a blanket. This is a medical reason, like to support my back, my neck, because, I'm saying, and there are guys in there that have 3 blankets. My own cellmate, that, anyways, an old man, he's older than me, anyways, but whatever. Thank you, Father. I'm at a no commissary. Like I said, no commissary for 9 days, and even a cup of coffee. And I had 2 cups. I can't do. I just, like I told you, I've been ruined. So, but anyways, I'm not saying that I might not ever drink coffee, but I can only have about like 4 bags of coffee, and I couldn't do the first cup, and it just wasn't. Just don't like caffeine in my system. You know what I'm saying? It just don't. It's not my thing. Like I said, sugar. I had about a thing of 1. I bought that other guy cookies and whatever. The dude ain't got no commissary. I don't want to go into the whole thing, okay? But because I'll move on. I do. I need to move on. I can't. So I should in the conversation. It is what it is. I did make a thing of Sour Patch Kids. I had Sour Patch Kids at my last day. For 23 days, I made a box, and I gave away. I'd eat 2 and give them 3. You know what I'm saying? 39. Thanks for coming in. You're eternal, Carpenter. You know what I'm saying? 39 is. My dad died at 37. He already lived more a couple years than my dad did. So my dad died yesterday, 36 years ago. It's hard to be locked up on that day, guys. That was my hardest day in the world. 23 is kind of my thing. Remember? We lived at 27923. The 27, the 9 burned off, and he was died on 12/20. And I'm like, oh my guys, see, look, I told you, God's doing it. It's 23. They're like, what the hell are you talking about? Your dad just died. What are you talking about? 23. Come on. If you're part of this ministry, you know exactly what was on the debt calculator. They can't find the evidence, brothers and sisters. 923 executive orders on the old vomit administration. Makes me sick. So just not for me, guys. So, but anyways, I was able to give him some commissary, get him. And I made that box of Sour Patch Kids last 23 days. Well, no, I didn't, because remember, I got it on day 14. till I got commissary. 2 weeks it took me. I couldn't get no pit stick. I get on no nuts. Whatever. They're all going to be held accountable. I'm sure the Father just did what he did. He didn't do it in vain. He creates all things. Remember, he does it for his own pleasure. So he just sent me and menaced me again. But I still don't care because I got to speak to a brother that knew the gospel in there. It's good to fellowship with anybody. Many are called, but few are chosen. They're hard to find, but that people who know the gospel. I forget who said that earlier. That's what, you know what I'm saying? The gospel is, a man's enemies be the one in his own household. Do not partake in unfruitful workless darkness. Remember, you're ruled by your foreign alien dialectist tongue. Remember, he said, don't add a jot or a tittle. Old Testament, you one sin death, one jot death, one tittle death. Ain't nothing changed but the weather. Now it's modified. Towers. Microwave? Throw your microwave away, by the way. Uh-oh, did I say Louis? Okay, did they? Because I tried to tell, 23 is a pinnacle date throughout a cycle. Remember, gematria, I know their numbers. They do it by the, Father does it by the final trump, 7 shofar. 7 is the number of maturity. Remember, you must be 7. You're going to receive your, it's a long process, okay? So, hey, I'm a numbers guy, remember? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Kings, Genesis, Exodus. Oh, remember the law. Got to do by the law and the number. He said, don't add a jot or a tittle. It's going back to being punctual, remember? Period. I want to hear it. He said, don't sup with vipers. People that have a foreign tongue, split. So, all right. Moving on. Well, see, people don't want us to talk. They do it by the number. Remember calendar worship? God's in the sky. And numbers, right? Yeah, no such thing as fate. Fate is, well, kind of in a sense, but no, hey, thanks for bringing that up, Michael, because I don't get to explain this too often. Fate is those that are bound by the law. Then those he predestined. They're not under the law. They're not lawless. They may stand against perverted law, but they're not lawless. Those are the ones that are written in the Lamb's Book of Life. Inheritance. Hello. This guy's crazy, huh? If you don't have a crown, look at this channel already, guys. I know there's more than one of you in there. Thanks, Father, for 1, 2, your lip. Little militant. So, all glory to Father. Destiny. Yeah, predestination. Bill knocks it out of the park again. Those are predestined and those are bound by fate. Love you, Brother Dill. Man, like a pickle, man. Remember, you must be overcome. Nope, sorry to break it to there, cucumber. No, you're not a cucumber anymore. You're with us, pickles. You must be completely overcome. Like Noah, he baptized the ark inside and out. Baptizo, pitch, blood, stain, or red dye. Remember, he baptized the ark. Remember, the captain can't sleep at night with one pinhole leak in his ship, can he? We'd all sunk. Wouldn't be here, right? Thank you, Noah. Let's take a pause for the cause for Noah. Remember, 126 years to build that ark. Would you want to live for 126 years? And then he lived to be over 900. Wow. I'm ready to go, Father. Please take me now. No, my day of death's already written, brother, sister. Our day of death's already, yeah, there's no free will. There's no luck. There's self-will, porneia, idolatria, idolatry. He divorced his bride for that. And there's agape. 2 John 6, those who walk and fall, those who stand against perverted law. Shem, authority. Hallowed be thy Shem, it said, not name. Space. Hey, get out of my space. So, good stuff, Donald. So, appreciate it, guys. I don't do this. I don't have the strength. I do appreciate it. I'm going to wear this battery down a little bit because it's good to hang out with my brothers and sisters in the narrow way. I did find another brother in there that knew the agape, the gospel. We're gospel-based. Remember, we stayed the $66 if we define every one word that we say. So we know that we don't speak in some alien dialectus. There are no such thing as aliens. Alien is a word. Get out of here. Aliens is 2 words. No, remember, we don't say that. Well, maybe a verb. No, that's an action word. Believe, right? Do you believe in aliens? That was the first. See, that's Father did that, so you have to believe it. Now there's nobody in here, and we're here. We're all here. So thank you for the shadow ban. You are, government is going to be held accountable, remember? Shem, the law, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy were 613 steps. There was the Torah. The Hebrew, law, Only applied to Levitical tribes of Aaron and Levite. Remember? Don't let anybody steal your crown. Guys, I want to take a pause. I think I might pause and put this all the way around my neck. I think I'm ready for a neck tattoo. Anybody want to support that? Let me know just by comment. I don't know what that, because remember, I don't care about cost. Let's not talk about money. Money is silver. You got any silver? $71 for a piece of silver. Holy smokes. I went to jail. It was $61. 23 days later, it's almost $10 more. Plus the premium if you want to. If you don't hold it, remember, you don't own it. Hey, they sold Christ for 30 pieces of silver. And I don't care about money. So, but I never ever thought I'd tattoo my neck. I'm not going to. It's not what goes in a man. Because the Most High doesn't dwell in temples, but they're not under the law of flesh. It's Hokadesh spirit. Remember? It's a spiritual Antichrist. It's a spiritual Israel. There we are inwardly spiritual Jews. It's not Aaron and Levite. It's all flesh. Remember? 12 tribes of Judah. 144, 12 times 12. What do you know? Man, woman, only one race, the human race, not this third gender. Stop it. Gender in here. Remember, I'm not a racist. We're not going to do that. You drunk coffee milk tonight? Coffee milk. Nice. The mochas, are you on the Swiss mocha? I was in love with the Swiss mocha girl until I found out she was just an image. He warned us about imagery and idolatry. Love, agape. Interesting. So, thank you for coming in. Let's go back to what we were saying, right? Well, no, you can't change it, remember? Let no one take your crown. Revelation 3:11, I come quickly. Destiny. Predestination, the former channel name. Romans 8:29. Oh, cool. Outstanding. I wore somebody out and I've been in jail forever. No, 23 days. Oh, no, just Donald, because it's the same. I'll just get the crown all around my neck. Can't steal it. Let no one take your crown. You're ruled by your gods in the sky, space, farce. It's going to be. So listen, Dale, I was having this conversation. We'll change this up for just a minute. I want to talk about this. And I don't want to... hey, don't wear yourself out here. There's plenty of content, tens of thousands of hours. You come back. You don't have to do it live. We'll do it live. So I had to. I was going to go to bed, man. I need that nice, comfortable bed. I already made myself a hot dinner. You know what I'm saying? I have my Berkey water. Hold on, guys. Get the Berkey water. Pause for the cause. Berkey water. I want to talk about the water down there. It's radioactive. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Father. I made one water bottle last for 4 days. One water bottle, 4 days. My last one. I took my last sip to one at the top of the day. Nobody died. We didn't have a morning. It wasn't morning. We didn't have a wake. Hey, they were all asleep. See, I told you. I did. My last hole. So. Well, no, it was 1-to-1 deal. But let's talk about something else and change that over to copper. Because remember, copper is now silver. Just hold on. I try to tell this to somebody else today, but just hear me out. Let me run with that. Okay, hold on. Because remember, they made it strategic metal. Remember? Mr. Donald Johnson, Secretary of Treasury, stopped minting it ain't made a copper penny at 3.5 cents. And so they don't do that anymore. Remember? It makes no sense. America makes no sense. Remember my wife, Penny? You'd be jumping in the fishing whale wishing ponds. You'd be tipping over washing machines. You don't wonder what the price of a burrito is going to be then. Be Mad Max, man, with the tearing apart solar panels at $71. I think we're pretty close to e-waste. Oh, they're bringing in that photovoltaics. Shh, that's about China. Remember, there's 60% automated, which takes silver. Anyways, let's not talk about silver for a second because you're not going to get it because on November 6th, Mr. Warp Speed contacted the Secretary of Treasury, told him to stop minting the penny. And on November 11th, they made silver and copper because we're going to change the copper type. This guy just keeps going and going. That's Father gives me the strength. Like a Energizer Bunny. Get it? I thought you said Duracell copper top. All right, we're talking about copper. Slow down, like time travel. If you see movies, you always see copper for time travel. Remember? And how Obama was the pharaoh. Shh. Shut up. You know, I always used to try. Oh my God. Okay, so like cheese. Here he goes with the cheese whiz again. Cheese squeeze. Hey, how many polymers is that away from your dashboard or your? I think that's what's in it. They put fuel in there or something. That's what it is. It tastes like fuel and pond liner scum. That's about go into. I almost thought about bringing a bottle of water home, but I'm like, no. I'm just gonna leave it there. I have way too many things to do. And I should have brought it into the. I don't actually think they might not have let me leave with it. They might not have. I don't know. Maybe they would have. There's actually a couple of those guys. I told that one guy, and I don't care that time, but dude, a robot can do your job. You're gonna be the first one to go. I actually told the other guys first, hey, you guys actually, you smile, and they just treat you out. These ones, they're still part of the system. But I'm just saying, I treat people like they treat me, and I have all these charges. I can't get another charge, or the whole thing's a shot, So, but anyways, you have to have humanity. You know what I'm saying? You have to show some kind. I'm telling you, an android could do better. Well, he don't call for 401k or ask for breaks or go home at night. He just stays there all. They got a problem in that jail. Let me just tell you there. Father will take care of it. Don't worry about it. It's what it is. But I told the guys, they tell these guys, you can tell him he's like first on the list with this automation coming, because they listen, and I don't say too much, but I said, well, a robot could do a better job than him. He don't even have any emotion. You guys will smile and talk, and he just he don't respond to thank you or, you're welcome. Or he just, I think an android could do a better job than him. He's first one on the list. So anyways, just wanted to make a mention of that, guys, because it's, there are not everybody. I told you they're all methed up in there, most of them. So, it is what it is. Hey, just treat people, love thine enemy, like thy neighbor, like thyself. Remember the golden rules, do unto others as you do unto you. Anyways, we'll just leave it at that one right there. I don't want to, two of us in here? Okay, but whatever. Thank you, Father. Well, no, seriously, I can't, 60% of China is automated. It'll all take silver. So let's get back to the conversation. For Christ is not it's a pagan term never written in scripture. Sake, copper. Copper? Guys, listen to me. And then I think I need to end this with this. I am a little wore out, and it's what, oh yeah. But thank you guys. I read through the comment section. This way there's a live stream, because I'm sure some of you guys will come on later and be able to see the stream, because some of you guys do watch the restreams, and I appreciate you yeah, because I want to have the conversation, because I did earlier. Just hear me out for a minute, because I told you they stopped minting copper. You can still get copper. You can't get copper anymore. I found out that these banks won't deal with you if you don't have an account. So they're not going to give you change anymore unless you're a business. I've already figured that out. I've already shown you that on this channel and told you how to get. You better not accept, oh, here's your change, $3, $4, or $5. Just tell them I got to do laundry. I got to do laundry. Those are like 70% copper, remember? Just regular change. This is just regular quarters and... Hold on one second there, guys. Remember the difference? This has 70% silver in it. Or, excuse me, 70% copper. See the difference between pure silver? So... at the rate everything's going up, this regular quarter with copper might have more than 25 cents worth of copper in it. I needed to do laundry. Don't accept change back. I already told you that. You'd be What if it's one of them is like one of them $3 million quarters or $3,000 quarters or whatever? You have the thing. I can't even see. You take the phone app now and just start scanning them. With the phone app, it knows everything. Remember? 010101. It's all programmed like the hive mind. Remember, you got stung by the spelling bee. You ruled by your foreign dialect. I don't care about money. I'm just trying to. This is what Christ would do. I mean, it's resourceful, guys. I couldn't do it, guys. I use like 3 squares. That guy uses 3 rolls of toilet paper a day. 3 rolls of toilet paper. I'm a minimalist out here, so. Oh my gosh. All right, so you're gonna rat hole all that. All right, but well, whatever. They put up your treasure. Where you put it up? In the sky. There's no gods in the sky. Stop it. You're not getting out of the firmament. The water's above. Water. Stop with your watered down milk. I don't want to hear your nonsense. Space. Remember, you said there'd be signs in the stars and in the sun. And the thing is saying about space. You get out of my space. I'm going to declare my 2 witnesses. All right. Thought we weren't going to go there. All right. Well, I'm signing. Did you guys see the signs? The sign language guy? I don't mean to go there for that Brown University. I didn't want to watch TV, but they just, whatever, I don't know, a little bit of what's going on. And then some homeless person cracked the case, huh? I hope they crack my case. They will. Father just put the final nail in the coffin. Not death, but there's no such thing as space. The firmament, remember? Don't you read the book of Psalms, David's writings? The firmament declares the handiwork. The heavens declare the glory of God. The heavens are ruling class. There's no gods in the sky. Heavens is not above your head. Earth's not below your feet. No, earth is the rule. You're not one of these people spinning on a planet, are you? Tell me where it says planet in Scripture, please. I'll pause for the cause. Give you something to think about, looking about it when you come back. And remember, you better ask for change back under $5. Do it, try it with 10. I need lottery money. They might give you 10. Only did 5. You'd be stupid. Everybody's bumping that, chiming and cash out. Some of you guys gave a PayPal, guys. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't. They started a war over 2% in taxes. I'm going to get to this copper conversation, and then I'm going to get off here, guys. Father, thanks for just putting it all together for me. So, no, come on. You can't go to space without rockets, huh? Cock rockets, like, it's been screwing around corners. Get it? All right. Cool. So, I don't know where that came in. All right, so anyways, well, there might come a point where copper is more the claw machine rolls and you pick them, or the sliders, All right. We could just put it like you can win every time. You go right in your pocket. Just ask for lottery money. Nickels are over with. Think about this too. If they took the copper penny, which I've already told you, I went in and paid 24 cents. They gave me a nickel. How long do you think the nickels are going to last? Oh yeah, Pastor was talking about nickel, wasn't he? It's a war medal. Welcome to war. Remember 1942 to 45, they made war nickels. Replace the remember stainless, like Mr. Rusty Dustpan, remember Musk with his cock rockets? Why do you think his little electric car is rusted? Not enough nickel. How do you think he makes stainless steel? Listen here, stain, remember? To be covered with a red pitch stain, blood or dye. Is it blood or dye or do or die? All right. No, Tracy. There we go. GFOs. Government flying tinfoil objects. Oh, glory to Carpenter, to Shiloh. Thanks for coming in from Indiana. You said, again, you were, give us, if you will, you don't have to because you gave a reference. And if not, just stay here. Yeah, that's right. On their heliocentric, helio. Remember the star, right? Well, over the tree. You piss. Remember these idiots, they're doing it tomorrow. Here we go round in circles. They thought there was a goddess of the heaven. It's too much for them. Remember? They think there's gods in the sky. Remember? Not Elohim. Remember? The remember? Space worship. Remember? Psalms, the heavens declare the glory of God. The firmament declares the stars, sun, and moon. We never did get an answer on the planet, do we? Come in, tune in. Spock, nanu. Oh, wait, that's MAGA, High Priest. They ain't doing the MAGA. What happened to the MAGA? Remember? Time Magazine, Man of the Year 2 years in a row. Like Mr. Sticky Muskrat. Back to the conversation of metals. I'm like steel, hard than a... All right, so anyways. There you go. There you go. God's in the sky. Father is within. Father's not above our heads. Father. God is a title, anyways. We're just using the foreign dialect. The alien dialect for a moment. Like a moment. Did you have a momentary lapse of reason? Earth is the rule, Dill. Earth is the rule. Heavens are the ruling class, and Earth is the rule. You don't live on a planet, remember? If you're corkscrewing and it's spinning at 1,040 miles an hour, third rock from the sun, third dimension, 33, you get it, Mason? Remember, they're spinning at 1,040 miles an hour on a block. Or I meant ball. When I think of geometry, I think of shapes. Okay, block or ball, whatever you shape, flat earth, round. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. Okay, let's get back to Earth here. Okay, so you're spinning on a planet at 1,040 miles an hour on a ball, corkscrewing through time in the third rock from the sun. Don't leave it out in the third dimension through time and space. Like Dill said, hate to break it to you there, Helios. Little sun gods. You're already in space. You don't even know the heliocentric model. You know the geocentric model? Can't leave this plane. Get out of my space. All right, so whatever. I'm saying space. There's no such thing as space. Stop it. You've been fooled. And hey, I'm going to create a project Operation Warp Speed and a Space Force. Remember Mr. Warp Speed? Created a space. More nano, Shazbot, Spock. Beam me up, Scotty. So this guy is whatever. Let no one take your crown. This is my school book. Thanks for coming in, Donald. But okay, anyways, guys, but seriously, but Pastor, you got space all over you. You know? It's all right, guys. But appreciate it. Let's go back to the conversation. We'll wrap this up because actually through the solar winds and how this works, if you understood, there can all elements on the periodic table can be found coming from that star up there. Remember, he created the star, sun, and moon. Well, you live on a star if you're corkscrewing through a ball on a rock block at 1,040 miles an hour through time and space. Yep, hate to break it to you there, knucklehead. You're already in space. That's not what's going on here. There's no such thing as planets. God's not in the sky. God is the title. What the hell's wrong with these people? Hell's not below your feet, is it? No, hell's the word no bis, no knowledge. No such thing as hell below your feet. Get out of my space. I'm serious. I'm not supping with vipers. Split tongue? No. Uh-oh, somebody was held for... We hadn't had a message held yet. Let's see what they said. Absolutely, if you want to, Jonathan. I'm not sure too much how I'm going to get super busy more than I've ever been, but just hang around too. I'll try to come back in here. I have to be careful. I don't want to give him any reason, and I'm not. I won't hide from anything. Father's doing all this. All glory to Shiloh. I don't know why they would, but we'll show that. We'll let somebody... produce more fruit in here too. As far as, we don't sup with vipers. Remember, do not judge them by their cover. You know them by their fruit. If you produce fruit in here, Carbon, when we come back, we do give away wrenches to people who will continually produce for the channel. You don't need to give money, or I'm saying we can make content, but I'm saying there's like your time is more valuable. You can't print it. You can't really, it's going so fast, you can't really make it up, and you can't. Where do you spend your time? So appreciate you being here. You know what I'm saying? Time's more important to just being part of the ministry. Like, hey, did you know you could eat dandelions? You know how to run a trout line? Can you skin a buck? Anything like that. We lost one to a crow, but we're still out there. I got them all back in their coop today. They're fed. We lost one, but that happens, out here. I think we're down to 6. And I don't know if they're laying eggs. I forgot to go in there. It was late, and I can't find my headlamp. That other one I had busted. I got to get a headlamp, guys. I do, because it's winter. I'm going to have to do that almost right away. I need a headlamp out here. It's just part of being off the grid. I live in the largest dark sky sanctuary in the whole rock. So the whole wide world. Here we go with spinning ball camp again. Is one time in ball camp? All right. The man's nuts. Grab him. Now get him out of here. Get him out of my space. No, remember, it's a spiritual Israel. So back to the copper conversation. P and D. Why are they holding your Okay, but anyway, all right, let's go back to the conversation. I'm not sure we have in there. If you watch the restream, we're trying to. I'm not some kind of prophet, some kind of, look, come here, let me rub on your ball, or I'll rub on my crystal ball. You know, keep your hands to yourself there. Get out of my space. Remember, it's a spiritual Israel. So, anyways, whatever these people got it lost, they think there's a physical anything under this law. That's fate. Remember, those that are bound by the physical and those that are predestined. 2 John 6. Read it. Agape love. Well, sure, it has its own things, right? Obviously, in moderation. Maybe, and you know, it's for well, that's up to you, Donald. Anybody can support. The P.O.Box is there. I don't want to ask or grift. I'm not. You know, I could use a second. So if you want to get me one, and I'll, you know, I can't find it. I only had a. Honestly, I don't mean to go there. The only reason I had it because somebody left it out here to come out to the largest dark sky sanctuary, and they left. I don't know who it was. I found it way later. I was like, oh, wow. Remember, I had that really nice one, but I kept putting it up here with a magnet, and it probably still worked if it didn't drop it 50 million times. You know, so oh, Kevin checked the mail. So, but anyways, okay, so let's get ahead of this a little bit. I remember, and it's not about guys. I had 7 years with my dad. You know, I'm Elijah's dad, so I get to spend. If I don't see him, I love him so much, and I can call him right now. But I'm not going to for his safety as well as my daughter. I just got to let Father keep faith like I just went and what he put me through. So, but I want to give you a little bit ahead of time because cool. So obviously we see Trump take and contact the Secretary of Treasury. Guys, please follow, and I got to get this done. And stop minting the. Oh, thank you, Father, for just always beating me. This is all 1982 pennies. These are all 82 and newer. They just have a different. These are all zinc. Not all, you know, these are copper. So I have, just so you know, I have 4 jars to 1. Was my ratio that I had. I don't know if that would change, but get it? Makes sense. Change, wishing well. There's no such thing as luck. Why are you wishing? Or free will, or gods in the sky, or aliens, or Bigfoot. You want to have that conversation? You're going to tell me that Chewbacca had a threesome with Anakin Skywalker, and he had Wookiee with a knee walk. Now we got big feet, right? You can take your 2 big feet out of here. Get out of my space. So you can't go to the sky without silver and copper. You can't. Remember flying objects? Military. Remember we talked about how much copper do you think's in those new Trump destroyers, whatever you call them, the warships? No, we're not at war. No, we're going to change it from the Department of Defense to Department of War. There's no war going on, is there? Yeah, the war's on for Europe. Too much Alex Jones. Anyway, so let's get ahead of this, guys, because I remember growing up with my dad that he said, son, it's just how I didn't ask for my dad. Just like Elijah didn't ask for me as his dad. You know, the apple don't fall far from the tree. So I miss him a lot. I miss you, Elijah John Werner, because I can say that now without breaking and I already did. You guys, you know that, but keep the faith, son. I don't know if you watch this channel. I don't think even you're alive. I didn't think you were alive. I thought they shot you dead that night and zipped you open. Brrr, I heard, son. So tell your wife, if your wife, now I get to talk to you, to stop dragging ass and go file those lawsuits because they grenaded you guys. I have the second pin, remember? In your sleep. That's cruel and unusual punishment. That's a constitutional violation. They didn't have a warrant for it, and I'm not going there. It's already done. All right, moving on. So it ain't about money, obviously. I think my son is scared for his freaking life if he's alive, and Father's got him somewhere suffering just like he has me suffering. And those who don't suffer for his Shem's sake, you're not going to your little gods in the sky. Heaven's not above your head. The kingdom of heaven, remember? Paul said through much thalipsis, we must go to receive that kingdom of heaven. That's your inheritance, not gods in the sky. Let no one take your crown. I was thinking about that, guys. So it's not about money. You know, that's what I told you. I don't think either of them are why they would have already filed a lawsuit and wouldn't be having warrants on the run and having, maybe they're just young and don't understand, or maybe they just don't care. I don't know. I don't care. Remember having Bob. That's because I'm too nice. I'm done being nice. Nice means to be stupid. It was stupid of me not already file these civil lawsuit. And yeah, I have multiple civil lawsuits. Like I already told him, not hiding. State, you're done because we're going to you on appeal. So you're already involved with the state police. And I'm not making county. I'm not. That's not. It's what has happened. And now if the feds don't get involved, why? Because I'll take this case to the Supreme Court. This is not over, but it should be hopefully soon. Well, I'm not putting a time limit or making any plans. He'll wreck it for me. You know what I'm saying? He will. Look what he just did. 19 months ago, my son was shot with his hands in the air. You think that's what I wanted to happen? By just saying, hey, guys, I got a YouTube channel, and somebody call, yes, Greer. Yeah, remember? Jake Greer. He's already been contacted by people all around the world. I hold him accountable for Elijah's death. No father had wrote his day of death. It was already written if he's dead. And Adron, I told you, if I think of Elijah's dead, then Adron is dead. Or they're both, his father has them somewhere. I can't run from this guy. And now I can call them after 19 months. And I think it would be for their safety if the cops know where they are, because they said in Josephine they knew when they didn't go arrest him. I said, well, I think Adron is being raped. Well, Marshall, I don't know if he's a federal or if this is all some bullshit because he said with the silver, and I'm not about it. See, right now I need to, and I don't, 40 pounds of silver, guys, that Marshall took. I said, take the gold, don't, you know what I'm saying? Irregardless, if he said it was, he had it, and then he said my daughter had it, and I think, remember, I'm responsible for her death. I talked to you about it. It sucks. I told you I wasn't going to stop thinking about it. If I, maybe because if he had already spent that or something, and then that's why I found her car there, that's what I reported to Josephine County. So that's a civil lawsuit against Josephine County for a call to service. So now I have to call back Josephine County because they didn't go. I said, he's here. My daughter's being raped. I think he's been murdered. The 40 pounds is over. And remember, feds. I have to do it, guys. I said, I contacted the Department of Justice at the federal level. So I'm going to contact that state and saying, if you don't get the feds involved in this case and get it taken care of, federal, state, county, Josephine, Lake Lane, and all the players in the game who, whatever I told you, go back and it's in the manifest. Shh. Those that are bound by law and those that are destined. Manifest necessity, not destiny. Just playing with you. So, either way, if Elijah is dead, he's not suffering. And I told you, I think if Elijah's dead, Adron is dead. So now I can actually, remember, we can't go there and contact them, irregardless if there's 40 pounds of silver there. Your federal passport, which is a federal crime, and both Paul and John Caligo should have contacted Josephine County to say, hey, why did you die call for service? That's felony's passport, withhold or steal, and 40 pounds, that's grand larceny. Well, theft by deception. There's a lot of charges there. I don't know if he's Marshall's federal, whatever he is. I can't change that. I know he bought Skittles from me. Freeze-dried. That's how he snuck his way into it. He knew Elijah before he met me. Remember, I called and said, this guy, I think he killed him over this. Me telling Adriana, I'm going to talk, I'm going to talk to it. And now that day's here, brothers and sisters. I can call Adriana right now. And I thought it was in jail. I'm like, fuck it, I'm calling her. I'm going to find out. I don't want it. Father's got this. Why would, if they were alive, they would have already filed the lawsuit. They both got grenaded in their sleep. They didn't have a warrant for Adriana's arrest. I'm not changing. I don't care because, remember, I don't want to talk too much about the case, but it is because I don't fill out a FOIA request and ask John. And I don't know if I can't do through him to, the district attorney tried to say that I need to serve 364 days in jail because I was talking shit that John was going to eat him in court. And that he's, whatever, he's young. I don't care. And they're going to watch now and they're going to get pissed. They're going to try to send this Frank or whatever. Well, Jake, the snake, Greer. Okay, we'll leave it at that. The head of probation, where I said, I called people all around the world, and it's all live stream, guys. It's all Discovery. That people have been from all around the world have contacted Jake Greer and asked him to look at the, 200 and how many, 58 hours of YouTube live stream before they ever came and SWAT raided and shot Elijah, grenaded Elijah and Adron in their sleep. Oh my God. And then grenaded me in the face, assault battery on all of us, right? And the animals. Tango's gone. Miss my Tango. Father, he got 13 awesome years with Tango. I shouldn't be like, I just miss him. I'm here with my pants. My bones is here. So Father creates all things. He has made this extreme. Guys, got animals in here. I did have my Bobo, and he stayed with the kitties because the door got it left open. They remember
grenade in the face and 5 tear gas canisters. They did that for pants. I'm like, oh my, the gold and silver's in there. Holy crap. And whatever, the door's left open. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Pants kept control of that. Remember, Marshall, couldn't even take Pants. Why? Why would Pants go with Marshall? But he took Tango. He wouldn't give Tango back for how many months? I want Marshall held liable for animal cruelty. Remember, I told you how bad he was when I picked Tango up. And he withheld him from me. These 2 dogs had never been. How about the state police for just throwing 5 tear gas canisters in here? My face grenade in my ear. They have dog hearing. This is a small cabin. It's 40 foot, but it's a semi. I rebuilt this into an old looking cabin, right, from the 1800s. But the walls talk to me. They're all from different places. So I did. I pleaded. I was coming out without resistance. I didn't resist them. What they did was cruel and unusual punishment, assault and battery, and hit me in the face, a projectile that's supposed to go into a room to fill it with, again, smoke, gas, right? Or concuss is meant to cuss the room, not projectile to the face. That was hand thrown. Oh, they still, that came, probably shoulder fired. I'm not sure what nomenclature. It didn't matter. It's like, I don't think it was in the military. It was called an M203. What was that on YouTube? YouTube, whatever. But anyways, when the dogs are in here, because all I was trying to do was write somebody to Rick, who came down here and sat with my puppies every day to sit in this cabin that's still leaking tear gas because it's behind the boards. I got to take the whole thing apart to get it out of here. Should have had a professional. They should have taken us all to the hospital, not to the county jail. Elijah spent 7, 8, 9, 10, almost 11 months in that place where I only just spent 23 days, brothers and sisters. And I already been there before. So all I could think about was Elijah when I was in there. It was killing me. Father menaces me a lot. So you know that. If you're a witness to this, well, I still keep faith. He's not going to do anything to me to make me lose my faith. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, brothers and sisters. I just feel, again, is a little bit of a soft. I was being nice, brothers and sisters. To be nice is to be stupid. Enough is enough. Accountability is one thing, okay? The evidence should speak for itself. Remember? 6th Amendment, the right to call witness in your favor, discovery, right of discovery, suppression of evidence. You can't suppress evidence at trial if you can't have a key witness. So I tried. It's there. And so it is what it is. I just have to let Father deal with it, or they're going to come kill me, and it doesn't matter because my day of death's already written, or they're going to try to throw me back in that rape cage, and I didn't get raped in there, but there was a guy in there that sodomized a guard. They put me in with, and I told them I'm not hiding for that, with sex offenders. You can't do that. I'm not classed the same. They break a lot of laws in that jail, and they did a lot of things from the beginning of this that I can't. I'm just repeating what I've already told you, so well, I guess there's a little bit of an update, but it is what it is, brothers and sisters. I can't, I'm not going to change. I just have to stand in faith, knowing that Father creates all things, and He's kept me safe this far. And I'm not like those who say peace and safety, sudden destruction, grenade to the face will come upon those who call out for peace. I'll be peaceful and not, it is what it is. He's coming out peacefully, guys. Just hear me out, guys. Father creates this. I don't even have the strength to do this. I already told you. Let me see where I'm at. Hey, you got enough battery tomorrow. 11 months in that rat hole. It's disgusting, guys. Cool. I saw that come through. It had a little bit of a lag because of that. So, we need to get to the conversation of metals here, guys. But hey, where do you put your treasure? You put it on this rock, or you put it in a higher place, and that's not God's in the sky. It's after you die. It's afterlife insurance. Aplac. No, stop it. Hey, we had to do some comedy again. Here he goes with the ducks. Duck, yeah. I don't know. I watched the duck game while I was in there. It was pretty cool. Whatever, I'm in Oregon. Duck you. Get the duck out of my face. Remember, I quacked daddy. Duck a praying. So, but okay. So, it is what it is. Father makes no mistakes. He cannot make mistakes. He's perfect. He is sovereign. Father writes all things. So I tried to explain. I went and saw the pastor once. He didn't know the gospel. Some paper Christian pastor who works for the hospital or something. They didn't. As soon as I tried to teach them the gospel. Oh, no. We don't have to suffer. So what's wrong with you? Nothing. I'm right exactly where Father wants me to be. What do you mean? This ain't about me, man. I'm trying to tell you. I have a son and daughter, and that. Oh, come on. What's going on with you in here? Nothing. I'm fine. What do you want to learn? You don't know any Greek? I know you're older than me. I'm eternal. Stop it. Stop playing with me with time. Time. So, anyways, so I tried. The one was okay, but a little bit. Olegas, I mean, he knew just a little bit of. But remember, change a jot or a tittle, you got to be 100%. Remember, don't add or take away from my book, or I'll blot your name out. The Wedding Feast of the Lambs. He said, before Abraham was, I am. That one. So, let no one take your crown. Remember, they put a crown of thorns on him, hung him on a tree. The one that has the key to the broad way, to the wide gate. He said, enter by the straight gate. So, all right, where do you put your treasure? Afterlife insurance. You want me to repeat myself? No, I won't do the Aflac thing again. So, hold on, let me drink a drink of water. Just to have something that's not, I think you like that. I think I told people, when I told Kevin when I got out of there, hey, you got a lighter? He's like, no. A lighter. Was like, oh, damn. We drove down there. I'm like, dude, I think I could blow out, fire out of my mouth right now from just drinking that. And I went off of it for a little bit because I got commissary, but I had 4 days to make MS. I drink so much water when I sleep, and I don't sleep with my, I make sure I did for a little while, but it didn't matter in there. I was just, So, and they like to shit in front of, I'll apologize. I don't want to get cursed. Oh, that's cursing. So, well, I did. It is what it is. In front of a man, and they're talking on the pod. Hey. Sorry. Anyways, I'm not sure if you ever sit on a steel toilet. Twice. All right. So, have a conversation with a dude while he's taking a dump. That's real fun, huh? Welcome to jail. So I told you guys, I was thinking about getting one of those things to put in them because I like them because I just put a lid on it. You know what I'm saying? I told you, put the lid down. It ain't special there, lady. It's a hole. You poop and you do your duty. 1 and 2 in there. Why would you not close the lid? No, not that little thing so you don't, the one on top so you don't. You ever heard of Dunkin' Donuts? All right, never mind. I won't go there. Let's just stop it. Okay, so ladies know what I'm talking about. I'm not special. Remember, you do your duty in there, so call it duty. So remember, you can bring your whole 3 or 4 city blocks in with you. And that's my study, right? It's my office. You guys bring your TV to the pooper. Can't swipe without silver. Let's get to that conversation of mouse before so I can get out of here. Hey, where do you put your treasure? They sold Christ for 30 pieces of silver. We'll get there. Jonathan, I'm going to give you not just that, I'll give you the wrench. Just keep producing fruit in here. I mean, seriously, we get off this conversation, I'm a little overwhelmed because the comments section just blew me away, guys. And that's, not like that, because if anybody looked at what we're doing in here, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate the support. This is not about me. This channel has nothing to do with me. You guys appreciate the comments of the thing, but you kept it going. You kept this. You guys knew where I was at. Everyone else said, oh, you're not going to jail, pastor. Okay, well, remember, I didn't ask to be called your damn pastor, okay? Father creates all things. So, what's your name? Pastor Apocalypse. No, you guys did it. So Father actually did it, remember? Makers and one creator. No such thing as man-made. Get out of here. Father created all things. People don't like that. If he created all things, then how is there such thing as woman or man-made? One creator. Okay, you're a maker, but Father created. From the foundation of the world, I knew you before you were in the womb. I set you aside. He hated Esau. Yeah, we're not supposed to be nice. Yeah, he doesn't want us to sup with vipers. You're not hateful. You hate the sin. You don't hate the sinner. You hate the sin that. All right, hold on. So be here for the ministry. Don't be here for me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I needed you guys to do when I was gone. Keep this ministry going. I'm glad Kevin came up. I read through the, through the comment section. I was just completely overwhelmed, that you guys kept this thing going. And it's not, Father won't. I'll talk more once it's taken care of. I need to be careful for my own, and I don't, I'm not going to jump in front of some moving train. Well, they threw a grenade right in front of your face and okay, I'll take care of it. That's how I was being nice. Remember, to be nice is stupid. It's stupid of me not to file these lawsuits, but it ain't about money. Remember, we're going to talk about copper. Hold on. Father creates this, guys. I really don't, I don't have the strength to do this, and I have a long road ahead of me. If they don't come whack me first. I'm seriously, I have PTSD now. I've always been not like that, and I don't live in fear because my day of death is written. But this is already told to. I talked to somebody about this today. This should be a movie so people can understand what happens to people when they get put in probation. Because I don't think anybody believes it's any kind of thing. I still think I got shot when I walked out that door. Right now, I can't call Adron and Elijah, and now I can. But that might threaten their safety. Thanks, Father. I just have to keep putting it in your hands, huh? So it's a difficult position to be in. And I have a long way to go. So if they don't shoot me or come do something or throw me back in that damn... I'm sick, guys, right now. I'm sick. I am sick. Look at me. I mean, I've lost... Kevin's like, damn, you're like... So, I can't eat that. I'm not even going to it. You know, I don't eat pork, so they kept pushing pork on me. That's all I'll say, you know, and whatever. But yeah, okay, everybody's eating turkey, fucking biscuits and gravy, and I apologize for cursing because I was in there because of me. Oh, now it's turkey gravy, biscuits and gravy. Pink turkey, where? You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. So it is what it is. I gave them the ability to isolate my tray, which was not smart because I should have just taken this slop and just gave it to them. And so all I ate was pretty much bread in the commissary that I got 9 days after I got there. So, actually, you know what? I have to talk about this because I told Kevin, I'm going to say this because I'm not afraid to say this. I feel there was a time where because I had Elijah. I was going back and forth from I was bringing him back and forth to school. I had a landscape company, Lanecountychoppers, okay, whatever, in Lane County, where he's supposedly at now. The Jake Greer saw him in Lane County. And that is what it is. So, yeah, a landscape company. Remember? Lanecountychoppers. We don't do motorcycles, but okay. But anyways, okay, but moving on in the conversation, guys. I need to get forward to because I want to talk about this metal. It's me doing it. I know it's his. He creates all things. But they made me because they found out that I was not taking the Oxycontin, which is heroin, brothers and sisters. And of all my brothers, because there's 5 of us, I was the last one. Everybody thought, I joined the military at 17 or whatever. That'd be the first one to come back home. I was actually the last one. And I want to talk about all that. But when I had to move out of and because I couldn't, I literally almost had to I was bad. I just been in my 3rd car accident, I'd already, the 2nd time that I busted my back and never had back surgery. And they want to feed you that. Remember, if you take the Tylenol 3, man, I ain't taking drugs. Well, then you ain't getting a blanket. We're going to bring that up too in federal court. Why they didn't give me a blanket? That's denied for service too. Like the cops didn't go look for my raped daughter. Josephine County that I should have filed a lawsuit against a long time ago, right? So, for 3 months, I moved back to my mom's house. I took Oxycontin and Percocet and go look at my medical records, 80s. Of course, they had me taking more than one, which is heroin. And for 3 months, and then I said, and they had me on some drug or whatever one because I'm prone to seizures. It's seizure medicine that if you come off, you can die. You have to pace I'm done. I was done with it. From being drugged for 3 months on heroin from Oxycontin, I had to do it. I shut my landscape company down. I told you, Lanecountychoppers, I have my own house. I moved back to my mom's house. I was that bad. And they made me take these things because they found out it wasn't in my bloodstream but through a urine test. I said, I'm flushing down the toilet. Oh, you're not supposed to do that. You're tainting the municipal water supply. Well, I ain't selling them to anybody. I don't want them. I'm buying it and then I took them. And then after that, remember, it went on and they found that out. So it is what it is. So anyways, it took me nearly double the time to get it out of my mouth, that flavor from doing heroin. I didn't ask for that. That's not what I wanted to. Oxycontin, look it up. Time release morphine. They literally threaten me, well, if you're not taking it as prescribed, we can't, get you the service. And guys, whatever, I was there. I had to try, at least see if it would work. I was bad. My sciatic couldn't. I had to be hauled around in a car. I'm all shrimped over and had vertigo. Remember? Fluid in the frontal look. Goes to look at my medical records. I want to hear it. 3 rear-end car accidents in 13 months. Father, thank you for putting a target on my back. was already, all right, moving on. So they make me take these things, and I quit taking them after 3 months. It took me 6 months to get the taste out of my mouth. And I feel I was actually, I almost got home because I'm like, Kevin, dude, I'm not going to do it. And he's like, you know, he told you, it was like, nothing was open because it was Christmas Eve. We actually found a place. I got a burrito like that big, and it wasn't the best, but it was the best. You know what I'm saying? I wanted the burrito from the burrito place, but they weren't open. It was Pegmas Eve. So, anyways, it's like being I already suffered, remember, concussion, stroke, the whole thing, you know, eye doctor, an idiot. Don't, Joan Rivers, don't go to the eye doctor, Pastor, right? You were talking about Obama and EpiPen Island boys. So, all right, remember Joan Rivers? All right, so, all right, hold on, let me take a drink of water. So, that's how I feel. I got almost to the house, and I drinking that Berkey, which I thought was gonna, and it just made everything. And I said, Kevin, this is exactly how I feel, and I'm telling you, that's how I feel right now. When they made me take that heroin for 3 months, and this is by eating their food, all I had was melatonin in there. And I know because it's push or whatever, Father, but that's how I feel. I'm telling it, I can't get it out of my mouth. I can't get it out of my chest. I feel absolutely horrible. And this is the only time I think of it ever in my life. I've told people I felt worse than the pain, and I feel identical, guys. We were almost to the top of the back of the, you know, coming in through Summer Lake, okay, down from Lakeview, and it hit me like a lead weight. Like, I still have it in my mouth. I feel absolutely horrible. I've never felt so toxic in my life. I feel like I am just absolutely just spewing, I feel filthy. I feel violated. You know what I'm saying? I'm a minimalist, remember? 3 rolls of toilet paper a day. 3 pieces, no, that's, you know, I'm 3 squares. They're like, so it was just hard to be a witness all of it. I ain't going there. I want to talk about it. Well, whatever. It all affects us. So I need to go to some counseling. I can't come in here and just blah, 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 blah. And I need some seriously counseling, guys. I have been given a serious stress, and I keep faith, but not somebody who's I'm not trying to get, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have some traumatic, you know, from this, and I'm not trying to overdo it. This is overwhelming. It is. And if I don't get it out, because I try to talk to Kevin, it's too much. Anybody I'm going to talk to about this is going to overwhelm. It's too much. It's not even awful. Father doesn't make mistakes. I'm just going to tell you that. Father doesn't make mistakes. So I'll just try to leave it at that and know that if he didn't want me to feel like this, I wouldn't. I still think about how my son was in there they had him on serotonin. I found out he was on that. I was so mad. Oh, yeah. I'll give you some Tylenol 3 and something else. No, if you don't take our drugs, we won't give you the blanket. So that's what I'm saying, guys. I'm wore out, and it mentally Father just menaced me again. I told you he was doing this to me, and I'm fine. I'm okay, but I need to talk. I need to get it out, because putting this on anybody is too much. You know what I'm saying? So how I'm going to do this, just so you know, I'm giving my Social Security. I don't care about a future check. I already tried to get it, and I'm saying like that. This is accountability once again. I got to get going, guys. I don't mean to go that, but what did that attorney do for me? Remember, that was all my gold and silver. Look what the price of it is now. Look what I sold it for, remember? And look, anyways, I don't care about the money. It's accountability, like Marshall. That whole thing, you know, it's ridiculous. 40 pounds of silver. And wherever you put your treasure, brothers, sisters, remember, I want to get a neck tattoo. They can't steal it from me. Whatever. Nobody left a comment on what they thought. I guess somebody did said, think about what you do before you get a tattoo. I always do. All my tattoos are, Father, remember, it's just scripture. I'm just putting scripture on my body again. So, like a collar. Let no one take your crown. Wise guy. So, wise men. There were many wise men. They gave 3 gifts. He was almost 3 years when they came into Bethlehem. He wasn't born in the middle of the winter. Stop it. Get out of you, heathen, pagan swine. Remember? Jeremiah 10. Go read it, please. Right? Tree worship, Moloch, 3 kids in the fire. It's tomorrow, guys. It's an orgy. Remember a Roman orgy? All right, I got to stop this. I'm going to go on to this. I got to get onto this time travel copper. Remember, Obama was a pharaoh. Obama was his uncle. Remember, you can't say Bob in America. Barack Obama. All right, hey, Bill was on the list too, right? Remember? Redacted. All right, Lord. That should land him in prison, right? Remember, I already told you. Thump for prison. Thump, thump, thump. Silly rabbit. Tricks for kids. Like cereal? Cereal, guys. I didn't eat none of that, remember? Oh, gosh, that food is toxic. So, anyways, remember like Britney Spears? Toxic. All right, stop it. I had to throw a little comedy in there for a moment. I feel so horrible, guys. I seriously don't know how I'm able here to do this, but I do appreciate because I did come in and read the comment section and was just absolutely thank you for just not losing contact with each other. You know, I really wish you would have had a little bit few more comments with each other, but I think you guys did a good job. I feel like this channel just didn't sit here unattended, you know, and you guys, because it doesn't keep me. I bring the channel up. I'm gonna try to do something about that soon too. I told you, actually, I just wanted to go and let you see. Remember, I don't care about, I'm over this whole physical thing, you know, like owning things, and I just want to have an experience, which doesn't, you know what I'm saying? So I thought it'd be a cool channel, like go and show you what I'm doing. I'm not gonna do a full live stream and still do the gospel teaching, but this is getting old, and now it's going to be for a long time. So, you know, so I'm going to try to keep that off of here, and, you know, but I do want to update everybody what's going on. And there's some things I could disclose and some things I'm going to keep to myself until it's only for my son and daughter at this point. I know Father already, their day that's written. I don't know that, but for their well-being, you know, I think I should keep it to them and then mine, because I can't give them any reason to throw me back in there. I lose my right of appeal if I violate. So, and I'm not doing anything, you know what I'm saying? Just, that I already didn't disclose on this channel, and what I'm disclosing, and you know, now is not. I'm not concerned, or I wouldn't say it. You know, so, but I am concerned for the people's well-being around me that this is affected too. So that's why I need to get this started. So they'll leave the people who keep getting attacked, like my son. I'll just leave it at that. Around me, people get attacked. They do, targeted and all that. But whatever. We'll let Father finish it up here. I think he did with this. What just happened? If you follow this ministry, you know, yeah, absolutely. You know, that's what I'm saying. I know you left comments, and everybody appreciate you. The comments said, I was going to go to bed. I need to go to bed, guys. I'm done. I just told you I feel worse than I ever have in my life. I feel like I just got heroin for 23 days. I don't know what the hell they were putting in my food, if they weren't. But remember, I want to talk about it. That jail has its own issues. So, but the water, you know, I think it just is what it is. And, but I'm going to eat healthy. Remember, I'm going to try to, I talked to Kevin, and I'm not sure if he's in on this, but I just eliminated so many things out of my diet that when I went there, it just was hard to eat anything. You know what I'm saying? So I did eat some things, but I just can't. Just the turkey. I'll say, we'll leave it at that. I think there'll be a turkey lawsuit. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I'll just leave it at that. I already told you, they tried to tell me everybody was eating turkey biscuits and gravy because I didn't eat pork. All right, it is what it is. So appreciate your brothers and sisters. Father didn't make a mistake. Everything happened there was by his, there's self-will and not free will. So, and then there's Father's the creator. So there's nothing that happened to me that Father didn't want or already create from the foundation of the world. So, like vessels of wrath and vessels of mercy. So if I wasn't doing my will, that's what I'm saying. Just correct each other with the word, right? Love thy neighbor like the enemy, like thyself. Judge, yes, thou shalt be judged. The measure you pour out will be poured back on you at the final trump. All right. Just making sure we got an update. Nothing changed. I'm okay. It's just I feel literally toxic from the food, and I think it pushed me to over the edge. Not like I'm going to do anything or anything. It just mentally, I'm just not the same person. I realized that the biggest mistake that I've made in this is being nice and not filing these lawsuits already for accountability, which I said I would because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't about money. It's about accountability. It's about accountability, brothers and sisters. You know, if these people don't get held accountable, that's why I didn't take the deal. Remember? Oh, well, we'll stop with the whole felonies and what they just did to me, and we'll give you the single, whatever, single misdemeanor, no probation. And I'm like, no, we're taking it to the box, knowing I was going to go to jail anyways. Well, I made plans for both. Remember? No, I didn't plan on anything. Remember? Because I knew Father would wreck it. I prepared to go to jail and not to go to jail. Remember? I don't make plans. Father always like, Steve Reich, you're out of there. One ball, bowling ball. No, that's the accuser. And then I think he must have been stoned. You ever know what a stoning is? So, all right, guys, I got to figure it out here. Just, what I'm saying? Well, I'm like steel. Remember? Rock hard as no, I said that earlier. So, I don't know. I'm not, it changed me. I'm not saying I have a hardened heart, but it just, accountability, guys. Remember? The money changers. Father, the love of money is the root of all evil and ain't about money. So, but that's what it involves. You have to sue them and you have to sue their bonds so they can't work anymore in that line of work. Go work at the freaking Burger Queen down there or something. Subway's gone, so go, I'm not trying to take a man's livelihood. Okay, so we're going to get into something, and I think I can close it with that. Thank you, Father. So, yeah, but don't make any plans because Father will wreck them. So I prepare for both, remember? I do. Remember, I started eating top ramen. I ate a few of them in there, brothers and sisters, but I can't eat that either. There's jail top ramen. Maybe I'll come in. It's in clear bag. You ever seen top ramen in a clear bag? Only in jail. So I haven't. I don't buy it that often, but remember I started eating it because I'm like, guys, I'm going to have a filler, Well, I'm going to start doing that soon, Carpenter. Just so you know, careful what you speak in this time, place, and space, or you can get out of my space and come here. Oh, wait, you get out of your space because I do. I want to grow the ministry, and I done that. I'm gonna do it either way. I should already done that too, and stop being so nice. Get it done. Okay, so we're gonna go in from there. That it's gonna bring in a lot of. I already talked about it. Money for the ministry that I don't want to deal with. I don't. I told you already. Most of it will go to Grace and, well, not most, but I'm saying there's going to be a division between the ministry. I'm going to try to figure out a way, as I told you, and see to give back to this community. Well, not like that. Not like that, because this community is allowing this to happen. This county, this state, this country, that type of behavior is being condoned. Yeah, I'm basically condoning the behavior when I don't hold them accountable by lawsuit. When I actually have a constitutional right and should, because if not, then remember, it wasn't about a gain of monetary to me. You'd have to follow the channel. I would appreciate it, but I have to work to get money. Oh, what do you mean, Jonathan? Of course you'd have ability to work here. I already talked to people about that. Stay with me, and I already have it all by the number, I'm saying done. There's not, I'm willing to pay somebody, I don't know if you're a carpenter, but anybody who do not use a framing square. You say carpenter, he was a Jewish carpenter, that's 20. Anybody who could read, a tape measure, I could work with. Somebody who can take direction, or somebody who doesn't need to be told. I'm seriously, just to show you a little bit, $20 an hour. Towards a place to live or what, I don't know what they have. There's people hungry for this. So, Carpenter, that ain't making excuses, that are already, cool. Okay. So, but if somebody has a skill set, if somebody could build something, a framing square, can build something square, I'm going to provide a home, and we're going to get this, because I want this property on the grid so they can't mess with him anymore. This needs to get that. So this money will turn this into the ministry. I'm done. This is going to become full-blown High Desert Faith and Truth. I've already told you, this land's already purchased. It's done. There's a lot of people who are hungry, who want out of the city and can have a skill set, or help, or just be a labor. So if you're a labor, you can be told what to do. I'm willing to pay somebody $12 to $15 an hour. Okay? Now, kind of the way I was going to do it is, see, a lot of people come out and live in a tent right now. I'm serious. They don't care. I'll live in a tent. Just get me out of the city. There are some hungry people out, want out of the city. Broad is the way that leads to the wide gate. Father's calling out to these people right now. If you already, because I'll give the I don't like Facebook. Homesteaders looking for helpers. Please go look at it. I've already figured it out. I just see here. Watch. Let me show you, Jonathan, what I mean by that. Okay, if you were a carpenter and I could pay you $20 an hour to be more than just a laborer. A laborer, I'm willing to pay 12 to 15. Okay, so hear me out. So just per se, because people need to help themselves. I'm just saying that. Period. Remember, those who don't work don't eat. Don't sup with vipers. Tables of our hearts. Wedding feast of the lambs. It's all about the wedding feast. Afterlife insurance. So if you had any kind of skill set, I would pay you 12 to 15 per hour. Now watch how this adds up. Oh yeah, so somebody pull carpet could probably be more. You could probably teach it out of, there you go. I don't know if you've done carpet, then I'll build them from the top to the bottom, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm just saying, but it doesn't matter because it's that. Just hear me out. Father will do this, and we'll go to the metal conversation and get it. Framing squares there, tin head. I mean, is it copper or aluminum? All right, never mind. Just playing with you. What are they spraying on us? Yellow mold spores. Barium. Are they spraying us with barium? Oh, is that strontium? Aluminum. That's the onset to Alzheimer's. All right. Old timers or all timers? Man, this guy can't keep track of time. Okay, well, no. Can you read a tape measure? So we'll go back to the conversation. If somebody can keep up, we just build something. I can slow down. So if I could teach somebody, okay, so I put a building out here, like, for example, because I got to vacate one of these buildings now and have one, I already showed John that I have the Rusty Dragon, have the Rusty Cowboy that I'm in now, and I have the Rusty Butterfly in the back. So there could be, or I could just put every on Bowens, you know what I'm saying? And hear me out. So like for the buildings that are built like I have, I would charge somebody $800 a month at $20 an hour. If they wanted out of the city and didn't have, Don, how many hours is that a day you have to work? If I pay you $20 an hour, come on, you guys got to be quick with this. I want you to understand. I figured it out how this would work. And I mean, so that will work. And I'll make everybody who signed the closures, paper on everything, paper trail and all this. Seriously, I'm not going to get screwed. I'm not going to the ministry have to be screwed. You either come out here, produce, and be a part of the ministry. And I don't. That's why my problem. That's why nobody out. I don't want one bad apple that upsets the whole apple cart. A little leaven leavens the whole lump. The cream always rises to the top, brothers and sisters. Little leaven leavens the whole lump. Careful. You'll know them by their fruit. Remember? Apple don't fall far from the tree. I miss you, Elijah, John, Werner. I miss you, Adriana. I can talk to you both because the no contact order is not going on anymore. So anyways, but I love them. They're, Elijah's a man of God and he has a wife who supports him, who reads the scripture. So hopefully they're in Father's hands. So how much is that? Come on, Carpenter, let's see if you can use your skill set. If I pay you $800, or you going to pay me $800 a month to live in my building, and I'll help out with, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let somebody, there'll be a wood stove in there. We're going to have to go get wood. I have some wood, you know what I'm saying? I want people to be comfortable. So how much is that? How many hours do you have to work for me? If I charge you $800 a month to pay you $20 an hour and give me the 12 to 15 rates too. Give me 12 and 15. Come on, guys, do the math. Can't do the math, can't come out here. I do it all by the number. No, Father does it. Remember? I'm the writer off the creator, right? You're the editor. So, but how many hours a week do you have to work to make? No, you're not working 40 hours a week. Not at $20 an hour. Nope. Wrong answer. That's okay. I won't throw you out of here. You got that rich. So, number 10, suck at your ass. You'll lose that rental. Get lost. Happened to our best moderator. It is what it is. I won't do that to you. Nope. You don't work 40 hours a week for $800 a month. At $20 an hour, you guys that bad with math? Hooked on phonics work for me. You eat this letters. I do by the letter of the number. He said, don't add a jot. I'm very punctual too. You better be there on time. 40 hours covers the rent. How many weeks are there in a month? So how many hours I asked you? Jonathan, stop. Slow down, Turbo. Yeah, I don't know if you can read a tape measure. You're still okay there, Carpenter. This guy doesn't know the framing square, I can tell you that. $800 a month for the building. So how many hours a week do you need to work for me? You guys got it right, but you slow down, Turbo. You remind me of me when I was young. Love you, brothers and sisters. Thanks for coming in. How many hours do you have to work? 40 hours. That's 40 hours of work. How many weeks are there in a month? Let's do it by step instruction. I'll give you the answer by going and reversing the math. If you add, you can find subtract, multiply, divide. Remember that? Algebra, the variable. Can you find the dot on the graph? No, not 160 hours. Stop it, Turbo. Okay, so listen. Don't answer my question. Anybody who's already answered. Let's ask somebody other people because you guys can figure it out. Just listen. That's 40 hours of work. I already told you, asked you, how many months are there in a, how many weeks, how many months? You're fine. Don't worry about it. I will talk through it. It's not a big deal. I can work with people, guys. I mean, if you could be taught, and you'll get, in a sense, where they're not a wrong answer. Hey, look, I don't deal with bringing people who just can't learn. I mean, you lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You lead a person to knowledge, but you can't make them. They got to think for themselves. There's a reason why that horse doesn't drink that water. I hope you know what that means too. Knowledge. Bis, bathos, or busos. He said, my people shall perish, for they're going to go to hell. They're already in hell. Hell is the word no knowledge. Stop it. Bis. Well, bis. Remember knowledge or... you don't do it all in 1 week. That's not what I want, Donald. So slow down a little bit. You got it. You're fine. You know what I'm saying? You got it. You're a smart guy. Anybody else want to answer this? I want 800 for you to live in the Rusty Dragon. I can rent it out for 150 a night. I don't need it to rent it to anybody. I can rent it 4 or 5 nights and have it vacant the rest of the month. I don't want anybody living in it. But if they're ministry bound, like Donald came out here and he wanted to come out here, he's stupid ass. Should already been here. But hey, I don't mean stupid. Just quit being nice. Remember? I've been nice. Look where it got me. You should have already been here. You could be in that building. If you know how to read a damn tape measure, which I teach you, I went to the dam to get some damn water. The damn man told me there wasn't damn water, so I told the damn man to keep his own damn water. Slow down. You guys are going too fast. So if you just slow down, there's 40 hours a week that you have to work, right? No, that's what, how many weeks are in a month? You guys should already got this. So who wants to answer the question? $800 a month. I'm going to charge you and pay you $20 an hour if you have a skill set that's work. I don't care. It doesn't have to necessarily be read a tape measure, because if I can teach you how to do it and then show you once and you can do it over again, then that's all I'm asking. And it's like build a square building. It's not that damn hard. Let me give you a little cheat sheet. You ever know what a 4x8 sheet of plywood is? That's a square, a 90-degree angle. All right, moving on. Hey, I've done spec homes. It's not that hard, guys. You'll get it. You'll figure it out. So if you go there, so Jack comes in. So if you can do framing and construction or some kind of skill set, I'll pay you $20 an hour. Now, slow down, guys. If your rent is $800 on that building, how many hours a week do you need to work for me? Thank you. Move the decimal over there and you'll figure out, well, no, the hours divided by how many weeks in a month? So how many hours do you have to work a week? You guys already got it, but you just, what do you guys say? You guys are smart. This channel is it's late, huh, guys? I appreciate it. I better go here after this too, because we'll get into some weights and measures. Remember copper top? Remember? Brothers, sisters, they wore me out, but my mind is fathers. I'm not supposed to be single, brothers, sisters. So slow down. Okay, so I'm not expecting you to do the whole month's work in 1 week. I want you to divide it by the month. You got it? $800. How many weeks in a month? 40. So, oh, we find. Don't guess. Be sure of yourself. Do the math now. Put the math in there, Jonathan. Why? Don't guess. Do the math. Tell me what that. Just do the math. Stop trying to figure it out. Slow down and do the math. Not meth. Mexican Americans. Jail, guys. Apologize. Not you guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, you said last guess. Yes, you did. Don't roll back on your words there. Tape measure. Bam. That's what gives it that little. Oh, wait. Does that have a purpose? Or I think you could be taught. Okay, that's fine. Just figure of speech. Okay, so, but you got it right. So now do the math. Do the math for me on it. Real quick, Jonathan. Or anybody. Do the math. Come on. Who's your daddy? From Indiana? Born in Indiana? Remember? Hoosier? I got them Firestein tires. Them Jewish tires. Not Firestone, remember? They not only stop on a dime, but they pick it up. Get it? Pick up. If it weren't for trucks, we wouldn't. Have tailgates. What do we got there? Yeah, but I don't want you to work a day. I want you to do it by the week, Jack. Okay, Jack? How many hours a week do you need to work? Not a day. I don't, you figure it out. Remember, I didn't ask you to work a day, because then we got to do it by the day after you do it by the week. Oh, shit, more math. We're going to have the pop quiz at the end of this one. Whatever, we're just going backwards. You guys don't know how to check your math, huh? You'll know what your answer is. You'll know if you got an A or not if you always check your math. You guys didn't make it very far in math, and that's okay. All I want you to do is be able to read a tape measure and build it square. You don't need to do math. Don't worry, it's not that much math. So, thank you, Jester. The question is, I'm barely hanging in there. I'm sick and feel like I just did heroin for 3 months. I do, and I think I'm going to feel like this for a while because I've only felt like this one time before in my life. That's when I took heroin for 3 months. Well, not by choice, by 80 milligram Oxycontin. So I'm horrible. And I wanted to go to bed, but I read you guys' comments and gave me this strength, and I have almost an year after this. I don't even know if I'm going to have enough time because I wore down my battery from a lot. So, okay, guys, we're going to do some math real quick. You are going to come here and live in the Rusty Dragon, and I want, okay, so 40 hours a month. So how many hours a week do you need to work if there's 40 hours of work that you have to do in that month? Which I already asked to just put the math in there, guys. Come on, this is simple. You guys got it. Don't worry, if it's not that big a deal. If you don't get it right, it's fine, but just do the math. Just put the math in there. You'll figure it out. I appreciate you guys, because I realize this, and when I get somebody on, one of you guys will see what I'm saying. Because somebody said something about need to make money. Right? So you got to work 10 hours a week. So how many hours in a day is that now? Let's go back one more time now. Take 10 in a week. So I'm only asking you to work 10 hours a week. And so how much do you have to work a day? Come on, guys. This is simple. Love you, Rose Sisters. Thanks for coming in. A little update. If you watch the restream, we're here close to the end because I'm almost out of battery. We're just trying to do math to show people that this could be possible now. I just realized it. I'll go on, and I've already talked about this before, but I want to make this happen. People are going to sign disclosures. Yeah, 2 hours a day. That's basic farming, guys. I mean, just anything. Check the chicken egg, clean the big some fence poles. You can't work for me for 2 hours a day to have a place to live. That gives you plenty of time to go get a job and make your own money. This is how they, okay, but right? Okay, but see what I'm saying? How simple this is? I didn't realize this, but I need quality work. I need $20 hour work, or you have to work a little bit more if you make 12 to 15 an hour. I want to show you what I'm saying. I want to teach you something, and I got to get out of here. A lot of these people trap people, guys, because they don't know how to do this. I didn't realize how to do this before. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to let you live here for free. A man who don't work don't eat. So I want you to have the ability, because people do this. They don't do this with people, and they can't figure out what to pay them, and they won't even think. And they get them stuck because they do. They don't know how to do this math real quick and go, okay, all you're telling me, and I'll pay you $20 an hour, live there, and you go get a job and have a life. And there's a little town here, you get a job. There's plenty. Dollar General's always hiring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can get out of here. Me too. I just 23 days in jail. But I don't even know how I'm the strength to do this. It shows how wonderful, all glory to Shiloh, the Most High. El, the most God, well, not God, but, Yahweh, Mammon. So, all right, so you can't serve two masters. Careful that foreign dialectus gloss of tongue. We're doing it by the number in here. Hooked on phonics work for me. So do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to get on here, and I'll have to talk about this tomorrow with the, I got to go. But I realize how simple it is, brothers and sisters. So if I'm asking you for $800 a month, to do, I'm asking like 4 hours a week. That's a couple hours a day. So you can go into town and get a job, and you have a life, and you make your own money, and, and we work together because you now have a place to stay. You want to come back and be here. And it's gonna work. I'll show you how simple it is. Because if you just actually do the math and you actually find somebody to come through it, because people, they get overwhelmed. They don't know how to do work, or they don't need. I've been a veteran. I know how to lead. So it's not that hard. If you listen, learn, build this, see that, do it again, like an Android for a couple hours. Not, hey, from now we're gonna just dig fence poles and build fencing. You know what I'm saying? If you can dig fence poles out here and do fencing, I'll give you $12 to $15 an hour. How about this? If you can keep up with me on fence holes, I'll give you 15. If not, until you catch up to how many holes I can dig, we'll have a contest and so you can do more holes. We do that out here, huh? Right? I practice with myself. I've done a lot of holes out here. And hey, we could probably get a post hole digger. Why not? It's only a couple $100. And we'll build fencing, and you know what I'm saying, and so we can get animals, so we can eat organic goat and the sheep. And if there got enough of us, we'll get a cow. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to throw away food. I'm a minimalist. Remember, it's much easier to, how many boar goats in a, well, if you take 12, was it 7, 10 rabbits, silly rabbit, 3 does, and $7, you can make as much meat as a cow. That's, well, it's not red and it lacks a little bit of hey, that's a lot of meat. 10 rabbits, as much as a cow. I like the idea of being able to chop it up, because that's what we were going to do earlier with the copper. And then I got to get out of here. We'll talk about smelting tomorrow and why I think you should get ahead of copper and learn how to do that now. Get a crucible and start taking your hoard of copper and making it into fractional copper top batteries. All right, so tomorrow's the conversation for that. We'll get the charge on the phone somehow. I'll figure it out. Maybe Kevin, that's what I do tomorrow. Maybe fix the charger on my 4Runner, because I had a problem with the plug-in thing. So it's time for Pastor to get to work, and the weather. So, boy, we got flooded out here, guys. But anyway, so closed circuit without having people trying to slave within the system. Cycle. So the whole idea is to eat organic food out here and get people want to go back to a more organic lifestyle, and that's what I'm going to shoot for. People are willing to garden, build, and grow, and have a life. Do you know what I'm saying? But that's your responsibility here. I want somebody to just take over the garden. Just, agrarian, meat eaters, carnivores. But anyways, so, all right. But I have it, Father has a plan. I told you, it's not what goes in a man that defiles, it's what come out of it. But I don't want to eat any more food that I don't grow. I told you, I want my life to be that way. I want to grow every bit of food on this ministry through this property, through chickens, goats, sheep, and maybe a cow. And then we have our own underground garden and above ground. Look at the one I built this year. It's a beautiful garden out of those cooler doors, guys. That thing's awesome. We're going to build the outdoor kitchen off that. And when I was in jail, I thought about it again. I want to build an outdoor hot tub that's wood stove fired. We'll hook a little vacuum check valve and a shop vac too. We got bubbles. Those Johnny, he ate too many beans. Frog in a pile of boiling water. We get out, man. Honey, we got boats. Too late. Careful. I kept you here a long time, didn't I? Stewed you. You could do it in an air fryer now, or wait, hold on. It's what do they call those things? You can quick cook. Oh, it's like canning, pressure cooker. Hey, wasn't that with the Boston bombing? Tabernacle. I'm not going to forget that. Never mind. NDAA. So careful. They'll come and get you in their little white vans or black vans. Roger, nano. Sorry, I'd do that. Messing with them. I got to mess with the system, guys. I apologize. So, and the money changers. We'll talk about that tomorrow. So, they print all the money. Did you see the price of silver? You ain't seen nothing yet. Price is irrelevant. Ratio. That's coming down, isn't it? Oh, Pastor told us about that. So, okay. So, moving on here. Seriously, brothers and sisters, it's something that I'm sure that if I provide it, people will provide for itself. It'll just take care of itself. So I need to get the ministry legit, put this place on the grid, and be able to bring people out here and do this. So it'll probably happen pretty quickly. I've seen the way to make this happen, and Father will provide the right bodies out here for me, because there is 40 acres to work with, and all glory to Shiloh that he has given me the ability to work very hard out here to get this ministry paid off, and I overpaid the market price at the time, but it wasn't about price, you know what I'm saying? It's about making that it's assuring that it can be serve the purpose that it was originally purchased for, to build a community. And I want to teach people how to live below the surface so you don't have a power bill. It's 100 degrees up there, but it's 62 in the geothermal lifestyle. You have your cabin, you live, you go down there when it, never mind, we'll talk about that tomorrow. So whatever, I've got it, I've got an idea and I should have already done it. I've been too nice. There's a major amount of, like I said, people are tired of the system and want to learn how to, or know how to, grow their own food, build and get out of the system, start from the ground up. They don't need a big house on a little plot of land. They want to live on a big plot of land in a small house and be able to build 10 of them. Like I told you, there's 3 or 4 cabins out here. I appreciate it. I read the comment section. Dang, I'm going to wear this battery out. I don't care. I'll do it. I'll see you tomorrow. I just was in jail for 23 days. It don't matter if NFL goes off for the night. It'd be okay. I love you, brothers and sisters. I didn't have the strength. I can't believe how long I've been in here. 2 hours already. Wow. I don't even know how I've done this. Father, thank you. Because you guys needed an update. I was going to go to bed. I'm like, whatever. It's Christmas Eve. I'm going to start talking about that damn, and I'm going to, thank you, Zabrina. Appreciate it again. But it'll happen. It'll happen. And if it doesn't, it's okay. But I see a much more clear picture now on how to make this desirable for people and to get the right people. Because if you can figure out what I just told you, somebody only got to work 2 hours a day. They can just stay here and be fine. They don't have to go work. If they want to make their own money, which I want them to hopefully do, they can make it right here. I got a bunch of slab, make some benches, make some planters, you don't have to pay a tax, and you can just go sell them at the end of the road. I know who owns the property at the end of the highway. Kevin bought the other property on the highway. I wanted to put the UFO back up. Darn it, I forgot to tell Kevin I want to get the UFO back on the highway. We're going to do it. Heck yeah, we are. Kevin will let me. I'm sure he will. It's just the UFO. It's for now. We don't have to be on my side. You know what I'm saying? Just be all glory to Shiloh. Stay in the word. I can go, and Father did this to me, and he brought you here. Remember, he creates all things. So give all glory to Shiloh. This ain't about me. It's about the ministry. This is a desire as the pastor of this ministry, and I'm hoping to bring another pastor here. I want 2 houses here to provide. If I get the ability to go on the road, this ministry needs to keep serving and have the same mindset. I'm not asking somebody to be me, but to understand that this has a purpose. Father didn't. I will bring that person one day on this channel, which I already kind of have, and showed you the original purchase of this land wasn't for me. I'm all over owning things. I'm bored with the physical. I want experience, brothers and sisters. I do. That's all I wanted, to share what I have with other people and have the same similar. They don't have to be exact. I'm repurpose, renew, organic, get off the crap, get off the system. That's Christ-like. Like your system, remember, we're going to go around it. Evolution. Not like growing a opposable 3rd or 4th finger or whatever, but thumb. So, man evolved from apes, so why are still apes? Evolution. Go around the system, not round in a revolution, and put loader 6-shooter P, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You spin me. That's like a hamster on a wheel going nowhere. Get it? Like a carnival ride? The Ferris wheel. Never mind. You don't get it, do you? I know. I didn't ask for this, brothers and sisters. It is what it is. Hey, they want you to have a revolution. I'm telling you to check out the system. Become your own power company, right? We're lacking a little. Hey, we got lots of light systems out here. But anyways, hey, when you own the power, you run the power. They're not, no rolling brownouts or somebody take a poop in their pants or blackouts here. Good night. Lights out. So, well, see, become empowered. It's pretty empowered when you create your own power with solar, wind, and then you don't have a power bill. Now you're paying a tax to the man. Taxes? Matthew was a tax collector. Remember, he turned over the money changer tables. He hates taxes. They started a war over 2%. Never do tea in the heart. When I started about a war, I said evolution, not revolution. So, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You hear what I'm contemplating? Quit trying to get in my head. Get out of my space. So, Father's in your head. Remember that little red ball? Oh, look at, no, put that back. Little Johnny's going to come out and Mom's going to whoop your... Oh, the stage accountability. He's inside your head. He's inside us, not in the sky. Get out of here. So, Get out of my space. With your Jesus Christ of Church of Latter-day. See you later. Say saint. Saint is servant. You're serving another Jesus. Remember, Paul said another Jesus and another gospel. So we only one gospel. Remember? El, the most God, the most high, does not dwell in temples made by hands. So, love you, brothers and sisters. Father will provide. There's ways to do that, like cut out the power bill, pretty much the heating and the power bill by getting into the geothermal. This is geothermal out here, guys. Meaning you can keep a pretty constant 60 degrees, whether it's 20 below on the surface. Remember? 28 feet down from where I'm at now, we have the shelter. Not bunker, shelter, you silly rabbit. I'm going to put away some tomatoes because I canned too many tomatoes. Remember? Get a root cellar. It's a root cellar. Remember, like rat out of the cellar? Somebody give me a rat song. Come on. Uh-oh. It's not about me. All glory to Shiloh. Remember, the scepter shall not depart from Judah. He was alive from the tribe of Judah. Remember the king? Lion King, get it? All right. 2 kings, 2 crowns. Hey, wait, you got 3 of them now. Well, that's the coronation crown. That's the crown. Remember, they put a crown of thorns on his head. The one has the key to the abyss. So, I appreciate your time, brothers and sisters. I think about this neck tattoo, guys. I don't know why. So, but either way, it could provide. This is the right community. Father's going to make it so it can happen if he wills, not mine. So this isn't for me. I didn't build this property for me. There's enough land where I could, if I wanted to section it and get, but I still have 20 at the road. So that could be my property over there, but I don't want to own that either. I want to use that as an opportunity to try to get people to potentially come over here too as well. Yeah, I'd like to see awesome, the Rusty Dragon, out of that rusty. Man, whoo, that could be sexy. No, go ahead, Jonathan. I have a moment. I'll keep going here for 1 minute. Oh, let me see if I can do this. Darn it, my battery is low. Oh, yeah, that's pretty low, guys. So, but give me a moment. I might be able to make this work. No, that one's not the right one. Where do you put that other one? I've been out of town and out to lunch, so here's one here. So might be able to hold the battery for another minute or 3, and then I better go lay down into my super comfortable bed. I got the fuzzy beds. I love the fuzzy blankets. Oh, I do. Oh, gosh, I am freaking done. Hi, Poppy. Come up here and say hi to everybody. Come say hi, Mr. Bobo. Come say hi, Mr. Bobo. There's my Bobbin. I miss this guy so much. I love you, Bone. I miss you so much, Bones, my yatter boy. My yatter boy. I know Dad's home. Dad's home. Dad's home. I think it's charging for a second. Here's the Bobo with the dad. He loves the dad. He's such a good boy. He's did. I came to good care of him. He got to sleep with Kevin. He actually, one night he got roasted out and slept outside. Pants had never slept outside. Dad's too much of a sissy to let his puppy sleep outside. Ditch with the dad. He's always loves the dad. So, okay. So, anyways, it can work too, guys. Like I said, that because it's not that hard to, if you became a part of this, system here that's going in place, having the ability to produce like a system, like a well-oiled machine, enough hours a day. You can have a whole life out here. You can make money off this property. There's 40 acres to work with. So I'm sure that Father will give me the ability, maybe if I come into the funding, again, that will come through lawsuits, that I'll be able to do this and not, to turn it to ministry and start providing housing, as I've always told you, but it's an organic lifestyle that I'm asking people to live. I'm not saying you can't eat crap, but not here on this. I'm not saying you couldn't have, but I want people who really want to stop eating genetically modified foods and things that are toxic to our body. It's okay. It's not what goes in a man that defiles us. It's what comes out of us. But I just don't think it's why? We have the ability to eat all the food if we just grow it ourselves. These people got to be laughing. Oh my God, guys, they just pay to poison themselves. Remember, I already told you, what kind of box, bag, or can flavored poison would you like today? They pay to kill. They're like, hey, look at this. We don't even have to kill them. They pay to kill themselves. You ever go to the grocery store? Corn syrup and everything. A list on bread that's supposed to be like 3 ingredients. It's now this. I want somebody out here like me that can cook. I need a cook. I'll cook every night for all of us for the rest of my, but I'd like somebody else who might want to give me a day off. I don't even have to take one. Remember? Ask any woman I've ever been with, and I've had long relationships. How many meals did you cook at his house? No, our house, right? No, well, in his kitchen. Get out of my kitchen, lady. Lady cooks are awesome, but it's not the woman's job. It's a team effort. Remember, equally yoked, but get out of my kitchen. I cook 3 meals. His food, I love his tacos. I like to cook, guys. It's just the thing. It's kind of like, hey, try this. It sucks when you live alone. You like make something really good. You're like, I don't give the dogs food. So it's like, I just have to minimalist. I eat it all. So I don't like throwing away food. So, but hey, we'll have an outdoor barbecue. We'll have community. It'll be awesome. It really will. I'm super excited that I'm just going to make it happen. So if Donald will grow a set of nads, he can roll out here. Or I don't know. You don't have to go, Donald, but at one time you wanted to. So, but let's make it work. Get your butt out here. I don't know if it's money. I don't know what it is. We'll figure it out. Okay. Start talking about it, or let's leave it alone. You're just not one, and you can come anytime later. Okay. So I'm not playing this. I'm not being nice anymore. That's my problem. I'm too nice. Remember? I'll just prepare for all, so. Oh, don't say that, Jonathan. We've had people flip over cars and wreck motorcycles trying to come out here. Yeah, if you're ready. If you still want to, or start, just prepare. I got to stay here until then, and let's prepare for that. Or if you don't want to, you can still just stay here and stay right where you're at. Because remember, I told you, stay where you're at. Don't worry about it. Your 10 toes know where they need to be. But if it is here, the ability is going to come soon. And I shouldn't have done this in the middle of, I don't want to hear this middle of the winter stuff. We'll figure it out. Put a wood stove. Throw some wood in the fire stove, or in the wood stove. Remember, before I left here, I got 2 beautiful wood stoves. Paid a lot of money for them, but they're different kinds of stoves. I want to update these things out here. I'm going to burn a third less firewood. I don't care which stove it is. I still like these, but I'll make changes. You know what I'm saying? I think I have 5 wood stoves. I think we could put a wood stove in here. Kevin says he loves the wood heat. So, by the way, yeah, you know what I'm saying? When you're ready, just get your butt out here. I'll give you $20 an hour. I don't know what your mindset is, or 12 or 15, to start, and a place to stay. You don't need anything. Bring your damn body out here. You know what I'm saying? No, I have other buildings. I have other cabins out here, Jonathan. There's the Rusty Cowboy, there's the Rusty Dragon, and there's the Rusty Butterfly. I might just bring in some nice travel trailers for a minute or something, just to get, into temporary build it. I got lots of, there's just not an issue. People will want to come out here and live in a tent. They're willing to live in a tent right now. I don't care. Please get me out of the city. I can build it, but nobody's put this together. I didn't realize. I've watched this homesteaders looking for helpers looking for homesteads, homesteads looking for helpers for a while. And I figured it out after what, because a lot of people get burnt. I'm telling you, they do. They caught up. They don't know how to figure this out, and can't realize is all you need to pay them is a certain amount. You know what I'm saying? And look, Don can come build fences with me. He's smart enough that I don't care if he can read a tape. I can already know, even though he didn't get the numbers, he can build fences. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get a post hole digger. Look at that doing this nonsense, dude. I'm such a do it from the ground up kind of guy. I appreciate every pole out here. I didn't have a fence hole pole digger for not one hole. And there's hundreds of poles out here. So, nice. Again, Sabrina, I appreciate you coming in. We're probably going backwards on this thing. I bet we do, but that's okay. It'll hold just a little bit because there's a little tiny bit of the charge in there. This might go off in a minute too, but we'll wrap it up. So that hopefully will happen. And if Father allows it, because this ministry is here, no matter I'm here or gone, or no matter it needs to serve. All right, let's just want to get to that. So I realized, but the one thing that I'm really push for is find the people that want that organic lifestyle. I'm not saying you can't eat, have treats or whatever, but don't come out here if you're stuck on soda and fast food and, just get off of that before you come out here. Okay. start. Hey, actually, that's what I do. I chicken. I was talking about Kevin when he gets to meat chickens out here, not the fast ones that grow like a larger bird. You know what I mean? To have meat, because I not buy. He won't eat meat, no chicken. I don't buy chicken. No more chicken ever again from the store. I'm just saying I didn't buy it for years, but chicken, boar goat is my purse. That's mine. If we get enough people, we'll get a cow out of here. But you know what I'm saying? If we have power, we can freeze dry and not waste any of it. You know, I'd rather have boar goat, you know what I'm saying? In a way, I love both of them. I'm just saying, it's too easier. They're smaller. It's like fractional silver, but in this case, boar goat or sheep too, leg of lamb, all that. You know, it's a red meat. I only eat red meat, period. I don't eat anything else with red meat. I don't eat my chickens because I eat their eggs. I eat liquid chicken. 5 eggs so there's lots of ways to have abundance too, brothers, sisters, as I've talked about, and not just thrive, but survive, right? No, you're just surviving, getting by. Thriving is a thing. People actually can get ahead of the system, but you got to get out of the system to thrive. Yeah, I'm seriously, Donald, I would start you out building fences with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to ask you ever to do anything that I wouldn't have already done in the past and willing to do with you again or ever have never done. I will do it with you the first time. We'll learn together, Donald. You know what I'm saying? I just start you out with fences because I teach you how to read a square and then I make you build your own damn building. I'm going to help you. You know what I'm saying? All right, man, you learn enough of this thing. You see how when I'm saying they're super, oh yeah, it wasn't that hard. And I'm making $15 an hour. Shit, I only got to work a couple, probably what, I don't know. We didn't do the math on that. I want that math the next time you come in here. How many hours do you have to work at $15 an hour? I've already done it on here before, but it's a little bit more, but it's not that much more. But see, you're not building yet. You're doing fences, and that's a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? If we can move from fences, there'll be somebody come in and take your job. Are you worried? No, I'm already building at $20 rate now because Pastor taught me how to read a tape measure. It wasn't as hard as I thought. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to read a tape measure. So I appreciate, like I said, your support. If you've never come here, don't worry about it. It's no obligation. I'm just putting it out there. Father will provide. I realize, how much possible this is. I just didn't want one person out here that wasn't spiritual. So if I could pull people from the ministry, that's great. But I don't care if they're from the ministry. I'm going to know. I'm not going to bring people who are not faith-based. I mean, they have to be all gospel. You know what I'm saying? Because I have another property. They're going to start over there. They're not coming here unless they have the gospel on their heart. I have another 20-acre parcel. So I'll put something on there. You know what I'm saying? I'll go buy a nice travel trailer and fucking skin it. I'll apologize for cursing, and it'll look like this cabin, and I'll charge you $900 for that. Okay, it won't have the high seat. I'll just get another tractor trailer. Actually, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I won't get one. I'll buy a tractor trailer. You know what I'm saying? I want you to have the 9-foot ceilings. I actually don't want anybody in alone. I'm going to hold me to that. Okay, Don, hold me to that. Nobody's going in no travel trailer. Just get a semi-trailer. And like I did, I built the hearth, and you know what I'm saying? The 9.5-foot ceilings make all the, I know it's a little more narrow, but not having that ceiling like this, remember? Those ceilings are 9, they're way up there, and that's a big, big difference having that. So we'll keep building these semi-trailer, you know what I'm saying? Tractor trailer things. So that's how it works too. You know what I'm saying? I realize that too, because that's what I gotta do. I already knew that kind of. Well, no, I mean, it just makes sense. You get a tractor trailer for $2,500. You can't win those bully barns for like 10 by 10, 10 by 40, even 10 by or 8 by 28 or 8 by 40 or 8 by 53. Dollar for dollar, you can't even touch 4 walls with a metal roof or a roof that don't leak. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense well, America makes no sense, but no, that's how you lead the American dream, remember? You start out with a $2,500 or $1,500 tractor trailer, and you build a wood stove in the middle and do what I did in here, you know what I'm saying? I would do things different. I know from my past now I'm going to do what I should have done the first time, but I like the way I did it. I'm going to redo it the same way. I'm just going to add, an air gap, which I don't have because I didn't build it that way. Remember, there's still tear gas behind the walls because it can get in behind on the exterior. I'm going to actually build a barrier so it won't have the cold touching the walls are this thick, but they're all solid. There's no air gap from the outside wall to it, so the whole thing gets cold like a big block. So I got a wood stove that warms it up. So yeah, if you throw it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I learned from my mistakes. I didn't make any mistakes. Father made me do it, and he wanted me to do it this way, and I'm good with what I did. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to take and learn and make it better from what he already had me do. So what a blessing to be able to do something like this. And people think they need to have a $250,000. They just had a 50-year mortgage. A 50-year mortgage. That is disgusting. That's filthy. You're going to work your whole life for your house. I don't want anybody here with that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Become your own power company. Buy some solar panels. Oh, you got your own job now and you work 2 hours a week. You can go buy some solar panels for your house so you can provide power in a bank, battery, charging controller, power inverter in a bank, and some solar. Now you're the power company. Smart meter. If you're on a smart meter, remember, how smart are you? Really? Makes no sense to me. Remember the old one? All right. So guys, there's ways to beat the system. Remember, not growing a new thumb or evolution like a man evolved from apes. Why you go around the system? See what I'm saying? We'll figure it out too. I'm going to figure out how to get this. If you can build a shipping container home, I'm going to do it with semi-trailers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, right. 10 to 30. Thank you for making a mention of that, Sabrina. Love you, sister, for that, because going from 10 to 30 was insane. People forget about that moment in time. Love you, sister, for mentioning that. I really do appreciate you making that, because that's such a huge thing. And now 30 to 50, it's disgusting. 30 was disgusting. 30 is disgusting. Remember, one man could have an income, pay for the house, for his kids to go to school, you know what I'm saying, college, pay for the mortgage, get it paid off, have extra money in his bank account to invest. If his wife didn't want to have to work, he paid for her to stay home and get badass groceries for the grocery store, take vacations every year, and still have money in the bank. Outstanding. I love the book of Ephesians, Clever. Hey, you didn't run away. I love 6 and 11, but Paul's writings, I love you. The 13th Apostle Paul, you know what I'm saying? Ephesians, Corinthians, Thessalonians, Colossians, all of Paul's. We can't have the gospel without Paul's writing. So thank you, the Apostle Paul, for Father writing his words, or Father's words. But all of Ephesians is an amazing. I'm trying to get off here, pizza bones, because I've been on here for area, but we're wearing it down to the last. Actually, it's going to start beeping at me, but nice. If you could, Clever, because I don't know every scripture and every passage. I talked to somebody else. I don't like quoting like that, because I sound. If you have a passage that you like, would you please attach the script to it, so everybody can enjoy? Because I have a lexicon. I still don't know every. I quote scripture, remember, but I don't quote the verse, and I just quote the scripture. So yeah, no, outstanding. I mean, I just almost wore my belt. I stay up here, but I don't. I'm more. I told you, just go back and watch the restream if you want. You can come in and you guys do watch the restream. I'm so much surprised how many hours we get, of restream hours. Some things I look at, I don't look at a whole lot, but I appreciate that people do come back and actually watch them. Not all to the end, but they do watch the restreams, even if it's not long or whatever. Skip to the end or whatever. There are regulars who come back and watch the restream. So again, I came in to do the channel update and got long in the tooth, but that's Father gave me the strength to do it, because I was ready for bed. I am absolutely sick and destroyed. My mind has been menaced by Father and this whole situation, but he doesn't make mistakes. Father doesn't make mistakes. So this is exactly everything that happened. This is exactly what Father wanted to happen. So stay in touch with me here. I'll probably shut this down. Tomorrow we'll talk about smelting and get ahead of the copper. If you have a hoard, I want you to fractionalize it. That will be it's like a money changers, but listen to me, copper is going to become the new silver. We'll just basically say it that from it's be the poor man's silver, right? Well, silver is the poor man's gold. So I'm so excited about going to my fuzzy bed. Oh my gosh. I'm excited about going to bed, and I normally don't. I mean, I just, whatever. I don't sleep much because I'm a farmer. I just 3 or 4 hours a day and I'm good. I might sleep 5, but these people sleep 13, 14 hours in jail. It was hard to just witness people just throwing their life away like, oh, I'm sleeping it off.
So, anyways, it is what it is. I'm back with my buddy, and I love him so single much, and he's happy with Dad in front of the wood stove. So, we'll come back and talk about that because that's something that I can do with you guys too in the future. If I had a couple of you guys here, we could learn the trade of smelting. So in the future, you took your hoard and fractionalize it. It's going to be essential, brothers and sisters, to have small fractional copper, like pennies. Already been told you. I know that sounds, but they already made copper and silver a strategic metal. So I know where they're going with this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, thank you for your just uplifting comments too, and very thought out too. And I'm not like that. I know Father speaks through you too, but it's Sister Sabrina. But you know what I'm saying? I read them all. I read them all the way back till I went to jail. I read a couple before, and you guys left a ton of comments, man. That is just epic. I mean, like I love not like it's just. Thank you for being there because you guys were reading each other's comments. I'm hoping you were, you kept that. That's what I asked. I hope Father would. Through Kevin, and he did. He pulled it off, probably not as much as he should, but Kevin is taking such good care of this dog. I don't know where my other cat is. I think the other cat might have, they just not run him off, but I hadn't seen Juniper's freaking fat and been, actually I think she's fatter because she almost forced herself into a hunt that she just overdid herself. Kevin said, Tracy, I'll be honest with you, I only went over there 3 or 4 times and filled it up real full, and his cat eats more than all the cats combined. He does. But I don't care. It's a community. I love Nugget. He's a cool kitty. I think he might have Yasher somewhere out of here. I don't know. They get into their little, so I'm sure Yasher will come back. There's really nowhere for him to go like that. So there's too many buildings. He's probably just somewhere. Yeah, appreciate it. We want to thank Kevin too. I appreciate you guys. I've seen your comments through Kevin. A lot of, thank you, Kevin, for Brother Kevin, for just even coming on here one time. And, and through the comment section, I know because he didn't come on and do the live streams, and that's fine. I asked you guys if that might have happened to keep it going. And through the comment section, I think you guys did that. So what a blessing this ministry is. I appreciate the comment section because it gave me all the inspiration to come in here and do an update. I felt it would have been almost not correct with as much support just to go to bed, you know what I'm saying, and said, I'll be all right. It's fine. You don't need a live stream. You lay down and go to bed. You'll see him tomorrow. And but then I read the comments. I was like, these people need an update. Where's Pastor? I'm out of jail. I made it through it. It was one of the worst horrible experiences I've ever had in my entire life. But I'm okay. I'm sick. I have some PTSD because of this. I really do. I mean, this is very traumatic for me. It's still, again, I'd already been there knowing that Elijah was there for 11 months and I was there again. You know what I'm saying? It's just horrid. It terrorized me. It just terrorized my mind this time. And the things I saw in there, it's not like it was the end of the world, but I told you, people sleeping for 15 hours a day sometimes is just, it's sad. It's just, okay. But anyways, I'll let us just, we'll talk about that too, coming back and getting ahead of these things. So, like I said, it's like, you can't catch a wave unless you push off, brother, sister. So we can create something out here too in the future. I'm just being resourceful. I already told you. Okay, I want to say that before I go. Put a one in the chat, or put a dollar bill or whatever if you want to do the little JPEG thing if you use cash. So I'm going to say this, and I will go. I have to. I'm running my battery down to 13%, 12%. Now, yeah, and it will start beeping at 10. So who uses cash? Put a one in the chat. Leave this in the comment section too, because I want you to start doing this before you run out of time on this. Life is timing. Okay, when you spend, and you're going to get $1, $2, $3, $4, or $5, or $6, or $7, or $8, or $9, or $10 for change, please do not accept paper. Don't accept paper. Tell them you need to do laundry and get those quarters and dimes that are made of 70% copper. That's just regular clad and copper. There will become a time where that quarter now is worth $13 for a silver quarter. I was telling you to buy them when they're 3, 4 and 5. Remember, we compared to a gallon of gas. A dime is $5 now. Whoa.
Silver 71 plus the premium. So I'm trying to get you ahead of this and teach you. I'm going to go put this on Silver's Light Gold too. I'm going to do some streaming on Silver's Light Gold on the backup channel, and do a video, a couple lives over there on this too. Whatever, we don't have the numbers, but we just put it up. It just needs to. So smelting copper in fractional is how you're going to get a hold of this. And because it will become silver's going to become so unobtainium, people will rush to silver. No, silver's going to be gone. You're going to have to do, it will force them to copper. It'll be the new man, it'll be the poor man's silver. Just like silver is the poor man's gold. Time. So are you guys getting it? Get the coins, because even the clad pennies, those clad pennies could be worth $300, $400, or $3,000. I don't care about that. I just do base metal bullion. I don't care about numismatic. Oh, it's a $3,000 penny. They got phone apps, guys. Don't throw any of it away. You'll have time later to scan it. You might have one. Who cares? It's not luck. Either have it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? You can get a hold of this right now. So if Donald came out here, Don, and maybe somebody else from the ministry, now I'm going to want you to become smelters and money changers. Not like scriptural money changers, but learning how to do this process before it happens. That means you take copper ores and you start making them into fractional. And you know how to do this. It's going to be essential. This is going to be a job that will already be needed, and it's going to come fast. So I want those bodies in play, and I want to learn how to do it myself. And I already have somebody else that I talked to. He's like, oh my gosh, I see what, I'm saying, yeah, it's just going to be essential. You're going to have it. It's filling the gap before it's supply and demand. We're already creating, there's going to be demand. I know that before it happens. I'm not a prophet, remember? We haven't seen that. There's going to become a point where remember? All silver is, remember, on the other one, it's copper, right? Whatever it was, 70%, that quarter's worth more than 25 cents in copper. A penny takes 3.5 cents to make. That's not even copper. The nickel is 14.3 cents to make. Why are they still, remember? No, we're not going to give you 4 pennies. We'll just give you the nickel. I already told you to get nickel too. I'm not worried about nickel. I have a whole separate purpose. I'm going to have to ask you, giant tree. Oh man, the giant trees, like Jack and the Giant Beanstalk here. You ever read the book of Enoch? We don't talk about Enoch in here, but so definitely, giant. Will you go back and watch the restream? Because I'm almost wore my battery out. I just got out of jail after being in there for 23 days again. They threw their page. You guys, listen. Anytime that I couldn't go on this bed, all I had to think about was a jail bed. I'm like, seriously. Yeah, cool. I'm saying, you're just coming in and come and be, if you want, giant. Remember that giants are real. They're not gods in the sky. So appreciate it. That's what I was talking about. We talked about, I said I guys want to talk about it tomorrow, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. When I said I would talk about copper, guys, I did it. I pulled it off. We had an update. I want to give thanks to Donald for coming in, Sister Sabrina, Brother Donald. I know we had some others coming in here. We had Jester was in here. We had Slow was in here. Carpenter, thanks for coming in here and joining your first time. We'll give you the wrench. We'll give you a damn $20 an hour if you want to come out here and build fences. Or wait, 12 to 15 fences to start, but I can get you into $20 now. There's ways to do this. Please go see Homesteaders Looking for Helpers. Look through that. There's a lot of drama, but you'll see what I'm saying, how I've grasped the concept on how to make this work. Wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, the rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places. That's what Christ stood against too, and they threw him in jail. So Father doesn't make mistakes. He wanted me to go to jail, and that's why I top ramen before I ever went there. Oh, Pastor, you're not going to jail. Shut up with that crap. I'm preparing for both, remember? So he's perfect, man. I love Father. He's blameless. Remember Paul? Read Paul's writings. Circumcise the outer man. Christ in you, brothers and sisters. The Hamashiach is inside us. He's not in the sky. Heaven's not above your head. And earth is ruled. Careful of your tongue dialectus glossa. So, what do you think, Sabrina? Give me your thoughts. What do you think about Pastor with a neck tattoo of this same crown. I want it traditional, just like that. All the way around my neck. Let no one take your crown. Let him speak for you. What do you think he's talking about when he says, let no one take your crown? He's talking about adding a jot. So I never thought I'd get my hands tattooed, let alone oh no, all color, absolutely. They're the same, absolutely. Colors everything. That's what I dig about these tattoos. I'm a color guy, you know what I'm saying? Actually, I'm going to add now, because he got a little bit too dark on that one. I'm going to go see if I can get browns, golds, and mustard yellows in this to bring this back a little bit front forward. He just got a little bit too dark in some places. I just need a little more detail too. I love it. It's great tattoo. It's excellent. It's beautiful work. Just great. This one here is just a little bit thick. That's okay. I know why. But colors. I am a night walking. No. but I like color. I'm a color, remember? I'm a color guy. It's all about the colors. Color. Look, got pinks and yellows and it's just, you know. So anyways, all right. So yeah. Oh no, I'm traditional. They're doing this. That's it. All the way around my neck. You know what I'm saying? This one, that's the same one I'm gonna get. I'm not gonna change it. This is called traditional. So that's not traditional, right? That's obviously, you know, but this is traditional or have a little bit more of it. You see what I'm saying? But thanks for your comment. And I appreciate it black and white, because I remember I have this in black and white. I have this, I'll upload that or something and show you that I have this before he filled it with color. It just does not look and I love that he did this blue. I probably even have a little bit of that blue hue put all the way around it. It tops it off like crown, like in the sky. Sky Daddy Jesus, huh? All right, love you, Sister Sabrina. Thanks for your comment. There's no wrong answer on that. I appreciate your opinion. We're all, you know what I'm saying? I need to hear it, you know what I'm saying? You know, hope it's starting to rain, guys. It's so wet out here. All right, guys, don't not watered down milk. Come back, eat of the meat. Appreciate it. He says, if you find a man that's feeding the meat, tithe to him. So let's load up. I want to hear that cash app bling. No, remember, I don't want your money. I want your time. You can't print time and you just spent a bunch of it here, didn't you? Tired of a time robber. I am. He's like the Energizer Bunny. Remember copper top battery? He just keeps going. Duracell and go. That was Energizer. Silly rabbit tricks over kids. So, like brothers, sisters, thank you for the support. Thank you, Father, for giving me the ability to do the update. It truly was the comment section that did it. I was ready to go to bed, but you guys supercharged me and made this ministry not in vain. You made it not in vain, guys. This is Father's work here. This isn't my ministry. This is our ministry. And Father created this ministry through, you know, you understand if you're part of it, what I'm saying. I don't want any of this. I give all glory when I open up every single live stream, and we always give Father all glory to Father. He's doing this. It's not me. And by seeing you guys here, it wasn't vain. You guys continued. And I asked if Kevin didn't bring up the live stream, I need it through the comment section, you guys to do that. And you did. And I was just, it made me feel a little better. I'm not saying I don't feel better from if you watch the restream, what I'm feeling and what I've done, but it gave me that, the sense that this ministry didn't stop just because it went to jail. And I told you that, Father, please don't. You know, I mean, I didn't know how long it was going. They tried to give me 364 days for a misdemeanor, right? And all times or whatever over YouTube. So I can't talk too much about the case anymore. I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum, but it's all out there anyways. I just don't want to compromise anything at this point. So be looking forward to me coming back and doing more work tomorrow. I'll get the phone charged up, and we will do a 11, 12 Decamai. Get it? The 12th month? I'm just playing with you guys, doing it by the number. We'll go by the number, and we'll go over our celestial galactic, right? Cross. That's what they call it, right? You guys, there'll be signs in the star, sun, and moon. We'll go over this tree and pole and light and sun and ba, and all this 23. Remember? 23 days I spent in there, guys. 12:23, 3:23, 6:23, 9:23. Come on, guys. I told you, we already talked about it. it's perfect to spend 23 days there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, darn you, Father. You don't make a mistake, do you? So I don't know how I made it through it, but I did. And truly, uh, I didn't forget about you guys when I was in there. I mean, I had a lot on my mind, but I knew, like I said, because I was able to speak with Kevin, put some money on my books, and I was asking him, I did. I asked him. So you can ask him. I did. I asked him. I see through the comments section that he was able to help facilitate that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah. Well, tomorrow we'll do our Christmas. You know what I'm saying? We'll go over the. I wanted to do it today. Just do it but we'll go over our same thing we go over on a regular basis. But obviously tomorrow, this is why what they celebrate this Christ Mass. Remember the Mass A, MSSE, MES. Adrian, does anybody know where Adriana Mass A is at? Let Father take care of it, Pastor, right? So I have to, man. Do you realize I could call my daughter right now? I'm not going to because I think it could compromise her well-being if she's alive. I'm so glad that Father has Elijah and Adriana hopefully safe, not looking over their shoulders and just having a life, or they're dead. And I hope not for their death, but they're not suffering, because I think that if they're alive, they're probably looking over their backs, but maybe they're not. Maybe they're just that much in faith that they're just, maybe that's why they didn't file the lawsuits. I have no idea why Adriana wouldn't file. Adriana Mass A, remember, their Mass A, MASSE, is the eating of human flesh. We'll talk about that tomorrow, okay? I love you, Adriana, and I love you, Elijah John Werner. Adriana Mass A, my son and my daughter. I miss them so very much. It's been 19 months since I've been able to call them, and I can call them today, and I won't because I think that can compromise their well-being. I'm glad that they're in Father's hands and he created wherever they're at. If they're suffering, I know I have. Remember, he said they hated me before they hated you. So Elijah has a lot of spirit to walk out that door and get shot like he did. So I don't know. I don't know what's on his mind. And if I don't ever see him, I know he knows that I will see him on the other side. We talked about that. We did. We'll talk about more why I do think too that I was able to fellowship with one man who knew the gospel, and I was so impressed. The gospel is many are called, but few are chosen, brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make any mistakes. Like I told Elijah, hey, we might thief on the cross, and then remember, okay, Dad, I love you, Dad. So he told me his last words to me is he loved me. So I don't know why he wouldn't call me, but everything will work itself out. And I can say that without breaking the no contact order now that I have before, what I'm saying? Not just because it's not there, but if they're watching, I want them to know that I haven't, this isn't me doing it. I haven't given up on them. I'm saying I don't care if they agree with what I've done. Father did this, or that's vain. This can't be about me. I mean, I helped my son because obviously I'm his dad, but to stand against what they did to him would be the righteous thing to do. Like I didn't take a deal. Do you understand? Oh, but just take a single misdemeanor and you won't have any probation. Now I'm on felony supervised probation. I screw up one time, I'm done. They're going to throw me right back in that cage. So it's probably best not to talk about the case until I get the lawsuits filed. And I'm sure I'll talk to them about what I can and can't talk about and what's going on. But I do think that that Father put the final piece that needed to take place, that this will come to fruition soon. And I don't think I will be on felony probation or probation for very much longer. I don't. And I might have to be on it for 3 years, but I don't think I will even be on it for 3 months. Maybe. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not making any plans, but with what I know about the case, that you can go put this together on your own, because I'm not disclosing anything right now that I haven't already disclosed on how my rights were violated again, and that I haven't broken any laws. So it is what it is. That's why they have the right of appeal, and I've already filed my right of appeal on December 5th. So it's 20 days ago, almost 3 weeks ago, I filed my appeal. So I'm already headed in that direction. I have a long road ahead of me. So if you guys can stick with me, I will update you on what's going on with the case, but I'm just saying I can't say for especially like I said, Elijah's and Adriana's well-being and safety right now, I don't think it's in the best interest to go into too much because, there's just a lot that's going to go by pretty quick now. I mean, these things could take years, but I don't think that this is going to be a case that's going to take years. The evidence will speak for itself. So once this goes to appellate court as appeal, so stay with the ministry if you have the time. I really don't like talking about it, but again, I hope one day that I can contact somebody in media, and I talked about this earlier with Kevin, and produce a movie. I don't want the money from it. I don't want any money from it. We can figure out a way to get the royalties. I want a movie made after what they just did to me when I get my final thing, so people can see what happens to people who are put on probation. It's a trap system. It's like a web that catches them in it. It's so hard to get out of that stuck. You can, but sometimes it's not even serious. There are people get trapped in the system, brothers, sisters, whatever. You just don't understand the way it works. And good if you don't have a record, but you probably a bootlicker then. Jackboot thug lickers, which you are. I'm not saying that you have to have a record, but you probably ain't standing against perverted law. So you're not Christ-like, I can tell you that, because he stood against perversion of the law, and it would be unrighteous the Constitution says repugnant. That's why I said I ain't taking your deal. If you're going to take my money, you're not going to do it willingly, and they are now. But see, I didn't do it willingly. They're still taking it, but they're not. I didn't give them the permission to do it. Oh, please, let me extort my merchant number so I can allow you the bar to gain. Plea bar gain? Like John, who works from the bar, remember I told you? John Cleo, just like the judge, the district attorney, the public defender, the courts, the deputies, they all work for this corporation, brothers, sisters, is repugnant. You know what I'm saying? So even if they're taking my money, I didn't allow them to do it willingly. They are taking it, and I have to pay fees and fines, and it's going to cost me a lot more money, but I didn't do it willingly. You know what I'm saying? I didn't let them do it willingly, right? That's Christ-like, whether you realize it or not. So I don't care what they do to me. They're not going to do anything to me that Father didn't already write or has not written or will be, right? So they're not going to do anything to me. That's why I think I'm still here, brothers, sisters, in a battle that doesn't even, it'd be, as a movie, I don't think it'd be comprehensible. But this needs to be put out. I mean, I will figure out, I told you, when you become the evidence is the movie. It is when you become the evidence. They still haven't talked about Elijah's 180 hours. I don't care what anybody says. I probably shouldn't say that, but that's insane. Remember what he said? It is what it is. Father's perfect. He knows. It is what it is. It is what it is. Do me a favor too, because I'm not worried about it, because I already brought it up. If you will please look up the word manifest necessity, which is already a YouTube video on this channel. Please look up the YouTube video manifest necessity and look the definition up, and you'll see why they just made a horrible, terrible mistake. They did, but Father didn't, because he made them make that mistake, and they tripped up on their own evidence again. So I shouldn't have anything to fear, anything to worry about. The evidence should speak for itself. So this puts basically, when I said, like from the top to the bottom, it does, it will. And this actually, like I said, and I'm not concerned and worried about it, because I will take this Supreme Court if I lose an appeal to the Supreme Court, which I don't. I told you I didn't know before exactly, actually, in this county, that I didn't even stand any chance like that, but now it's out of these courts' hands. It's not in their hands anymore. This has gone to the state, and I'm going to tell you, I already told you again, if the federal government does not contact the state, because I've already contacted the feds, they're done too, through lawsuit. I will sue the federal government. And I already said in the past that I would, not in vengeance, in accountability. I've called the Department of Justice at the federal and state level. So I'll be taking care of this legally. So I'm not some kind of sovereign. Father's sovereign. He's the creator of all things and the law, creator of the law. And he does not like people who pervert his law or perverted law. The Constitution says repugnant. We're not supposed to follow laws that are not unconstitutional. It was not adjudicated through the House, Congress, and Senate. And the revised statutes were not adjudicated through the House, Congress. I want to go into that. That's what I'm saying. They cooked their own goose here, in this case, turkey. But I'll never eat turkey ever again. Ever will I touch a piece of turkey for the rest of my life. I don't even think I'd ever want to raise one and eat one. I don't want turkey ever again. So we'll leave that at that. You'll have to go back and look at the live stream, and you'll find out what I mean by turkey through the movie. Go watch the movie. It's not out yet. So, and not like Hollywood movie, our sisters. We have alternative media. So I'm not looking to go mainstream. We do have alternative media. So that's why I would hope go through the channel so people can learn what happens to be people when they're put on probation, like Elijah. You know, he's just one example. And I told you this happens across the whole system in this corporation, the way they extort people and get them trapped in the system. And some people can't get off probation. And there are stories, I'm sure, in this county, people, they just can't get off probation because of things like what they did to Elijah, which will be totally documentable. Like I said, I'm not going to bring up any new discovery too. I don't have any other new discovery. Okay, I just got out of jail, and do the math or by the number for yourself on this case. You'll see what I'm talking about. Like I said, I'm not trying to over disclose or disclose anything because I could ruin myself personally, but I'm not. So if you look at what I'm talking about, the only other thing, like I could tell you, and I'm going to talk to you directly, Adriana Massey, because I can, go file your lawsuit. Why have you not filed a lawsuit against the state police who kidnapped you? Adriana, listen to me, young lady. I'm not your dad. I don't know why your dad hasn't contacted me. That is cruel and unusual punishment. They didn't have a warrant for your arrest. That is a 25-year sentence to kidnap somebody, Adriana Massey. Yeah, it is. And if you do it with a gun, it's a life sentence. You were kidnapped that day. You already should have filed a lawsuit. Why are you being so nice like me? I'm not going to wait anymore. If I have to file under habeas corpus under your behalf, I will file a lawsuit for you, Adriana Massey. Yes, I will. Do you understand? M-A-S-S-E. Massey, like the eating of human flesh. Isn't that ironic? Elijah's girlfriend, wife, because they've been together for many years and read the scripture, his wife, or we don't do that ring, finger, church nonsense. That's his wife. I told you, they read the scripture together. Massey, like the eating of human flesh, brothers and sisters. It's unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? But that's his father. It's perfect. It's so weird. Like, I love her. I do, as my daughter, because she supports my son, and he is a hard case. He has been put through hell. If she's still with him, I told you, I think if they're both alive together right now, I don't think they're separate. I was going to go investigate, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to file a lawsuit and hire a team of private investigators, so I don't have to get involved with that right now. It's going to take some more time, but I think I have years ahead of me with this case still. Whatever it will be, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? Money is not like the cure to all this, but when I can sustain enough funds to hire private investigators, I told you actually through civil lawsuit, there's so much money to be made through civil lawsuit, they'll send teams of private investigators on this case. Federal government will be sued. The state of Oregon will be sued. Josephine County, Lane County, Lake County, and every one of these police officers, Judge Vandenberg from the top down in the case. And I'm not, it's not a threat to him because I already told him in booking that, and see, I'm disclosing, but whatever it is, that I'm going to sue him because he was under Elijah's supervisor under the supposed Elijah didn't do these 180 hours. And now they've got me as the head of probation. Now he's my probation officer. I just been thrown by father right back into the den of lions that did what they did to my son. Now I'm under their probation. It's insane. The movie would be like, no way, dude. Look at what it said. No way, no! You rip all your hair out if you had it. Seriously. You wouldn't even think it was real. But this is my life because father made it that way. And I just cannot believe that I made it through those 23 days. It's unbelievable, brothers and sisters. I have to tell you, it was tormenting. And I will disclose, too, on some of the things that happened in there later after the civil lawsuits are filed and finished on what was done there. But all glory, nothing's going to happen in this case without father doing it. I don't want anything to do with it. I just love to check out right now. I don't mean to say that because I have some other things I will disclose later on this channel that might not take or very costly to me. But I have all glory goes to Shiloh. It's his timing. So I don't care what's a day, what's a week, what's a month, what's a year, what's 3 years. That's nothing. I just spent 19 months. I haven't talked to my son. That's almost 2 years, So if I have to wait another 2 or whatever for the whole thing to get, time's irrelevant at this point. But I'm not going to give up on Elijah. If he's mad at me, he's mad at me. But I don't think he is because he told me he loved me. So that makes no sense. So
I love you, Elijah John Werner. If you're out there somewhere and you ever watch this restream or watch it, Dad was still, I just got out of jail, bud, 19 months later, but I'm not going to stop, trying to bring to light what is done to you, son. And if you're still alive and you're hanging in there, son. I'm not going to make plans, but we don't have too much longer. I'm going to find you, Elijah John Werner, if you're alive. And this is going to end soon. It has to. It's got to stop. So, and it will through lawsuit. You'll see. Follow the channel and I'll update you again. I appreciate your time again. And there's no threats here being made. I mean, I've already filed a right to appeal. So all this will be brought out. They're not going to run from this anymore. The county tried to, and they just did what they did to me, and that's fine. I'm going to do what they tell me. Okay, well, all glory to Shiloh. I'm just doing what Christ did. You understand? He stood against the perversion of the law, and they threw him in jail for that, brothers and sisters. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. He wasn't some paper Christian lollipop Jesus. You have froward my father's agape. These are the synagogues of Satan. He wasn't this nice, these women are out there selling their bodies to feed themselves. You were supposed to give her half of what you own. He wasn't this nice Jesus. Nice means to be stupid. Take your stupid Jesus and get the hell out of here. Hell's not below your feet. Hell's no knowledge. You have no idea who the most high, the word became flesh is, because you're not bearing your witness cross daily like it says in Matthew. Those are the ones that go to heaven, not in the sky. People who don't stand up to the law are bootlickers, and that's not Christ-like. Christ means anointed in oil. It's not even written in the scripture, but we'll use your pagan God name so you know who I'm talking about. Well, Paul said to Jesus, so what's Jesus? All right, we'll talk about that again tomorrow. Love your sisters. I can't thank you enough for the support. We'll do the Christmas nonsense tomorrow, the Mass A. I love you, Adriana Massey. Adriana, go file the lawsuit. They kidnapped you. Look at the evidence. They kidnapped you. If you don't file it, Adriana, I'm going to be filing on your behalf under habeas corpus for you too as well. I will. Whether my son and daughter, that's all accountability. So they are watching this live stream, and Jake the snake Greer is watching. He's going to watch this, guys. I know every word I came in here that it's very risky. Let him watch this. I'm saying, and try to do something to me again, because they'll just dig their hole even deeper. You know what I'm saying? So please be aware of that, guys, that I know these people are watching me, because even the district attorney said it. YouTube. So go look at the case and you'll see what I'm talking about. So it's done. As long as I don't get in trouble between the time that I go to, and I already said, to the state, I'm going to the state because it's in the state. Because I have that. I have to, you know what I'm saying? It's done. It's done. They just put the last final piece to the puzzle here that it's complete now. Like I said, you'll see what I'm saying when I, yeah, no, I appreciate that, Sabrina. That's why I'm staying in here so long, because you have spent so much time in here and met so much, you know what I'm saying? It's truly edifying to see your constant, here and staying in support of the channel to keep all our channel going so it's not in vain. So thank you for doing that while I was gone. So again, you're not Christ-like if you allow, the only thing, remember Paul's writing, that takes for evil to flourish is for good men. Remember, one race, man, woman, the people, right? To stand around and do nothing. It's not Christ-like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't do holidays or and we don't bless anybody in here because nobody's got a demon. Hopefully we provide abundance. So we try to get that word out of your, to be less, don't be ruled by your tongue. Let me just correct you with a word so you could have bounty and abundance, remember? Thrive, not just survive. So, hey, you wake up, you're going to wake up tomorrow. Wake, did somebody die? I know. Good morning. So, thanks for coming in. Thank you for support. But careful, we don't do holidays in here.
If you celebrate, please leave and don't ever come back again until you stop celebrating, because he fulfilled all the laws of celebration. So calendar days, we're not supposed to celebrate. Remember, he fulfilled all that. Remember, the Sabbath day, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the set apart days, the Feast of Trumpets, the Feast of Tabernacles. Remember tabernacles? It's intense. It gets intense in here. Get it? Tabernacles, like wandering Jews in the desert. They set up temporary places of study. Get it? Intense. Tabernacles. All right. So, no, thanks again, brothers and sisters, for your time. We'll wrap it up there, and I will see you mañana. Okay, so don't come here and mourn to mourn tomorrow, right? Well, don't mourn. Top of the day to you. Absolutely good. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that you can't have a barbecue. Just don't do it on the day. Why did you get that for me, honey? Is our anniversary? What? Did I forget my birthday? That's probably the most vain thing you can celebrate. It's oneself. The birth of oneself? No, I just did it because I love you, honey. Really? Yeah, I really love you, honey. Don't do things on a calendar, brothers, sisters. Seriously, they're celebrating the New Year's in the middle of the winter. April Fools. We'll see you tomorrow. Pastor Revelation. Remember, revelation means to reveal, to lift off the cover, to pull off these lies. So hopefully you've seen the Aletheia of the truth tonight. And thanks for being a witness, right? Pastor Apocalypse, that means the same thing. I didn't ask for that name. It's just the book we're in, okay? We are in Revelation. We are in what is called the Apocalypse, brothers and sisters. That's not Armageddon, so don't confuse that. Please start defining one word at a time. That's how this ministry will teach you to, he said, call the man teacher, who's prophet, a false prophet, so scorpizzo. See what I'm saying? So, all right. Thank you so much. Thanks for allowing me the correction. And we need to do that, brothers, to hold each other accountable with the word. You guys need to do that too. Always, constantly. Don't make me do it. You do it from now on. Correct me. So, okay. Good stuff, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, right? And I'll come in sometime after I get up and tomorrow, and we'll talk about this wheel, and we'll stand up, and it's going to be backwards, but we'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? On the, whenever, if I did it the other way, I can't do it that way and then have the camera that way. So it don't work, because then I can't read your guys' comments. So it's all about that comment section. I appreciate you guys' comments tonight and your time. So if you want to support the link, there is somebody again left a PayPal. I appreciate it. It's not, there is support. You know, I'm going to fund this ministry through lawsuit. I am, watch. And that's not out of like gain for wealth or anything that way. So Father's going to help that too. So I appreciate, don't worry about that. I'm just saying, if there's abundance and you have it, somebody left $100. I'm not going to disclose their name, guys. I never asked for that, but somebody left $100 PayPal while I was gone. It just blows me away that people even have an extra $100 right now. I don't want to hear the economy nonsense. I'm not talking, but I'm saying that it's just so expensive. You can't even afford to think anymore. It's $16.50 for a burrito in Bend. $16.50. I paid $16 for a burrito today in Lakeview. It was a good burrito. I hadn't had it, so $16 was nothing. You know what I'm saying? You guys come back for the meat, okay? Come back for the meat. He said to tithe to a man. And remember, I don't want your Cash App, your PayPal, your Venmo. I want your time when you have more of that. That is the requirement of this ministry, or it's in vain to me. You can't make up time, guys. And you just spent a bunch of it here. How are you going to get it back? Careful, I'm a time robber. All right. Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. Thanks for letting me do the channel update and let you know that I'm out of jail. So I'll see you guys maybe in the AM, sometimes in the maybe after morning. Did somebody die? All right, I'm just playing with you. Love your sisters. Stay in the narrow way, stay in the word. Remember, tomorrow is a pagan orgy ritual, and we'll talk about why we don't celebrate any of these days. Okay? Whoa.